I think it
Howdy.
was for my computer to stop in it.
We're live.
We're live. There you
And you're frozen.
go. Howdy.
And you're frozen.
Am I frozen? Son of a bitch.
Yeah, and we got. And it says.
Howdy.
Oh shit! Wait a minute.
Am I frozen?
Okay. So it shows that we had 0 people watching on StreamYard, but on YouTube it said we had 13. So we'll see how it all goes here.
Okay, I'm going to turn off my phone as well. I should have done that. I apologize, everybody. Wi-Fi, okay. Hopefully that helps boost the signal. Hi, everybody. Am I unfrozen now?
You apologize.
Welcome to the show, guys.
For the moment. You're kind of glitchy,
Okay.
but we'll see how it all goes here.
All right, then I'll let you do the intro. Go ahead. You tell everybody what's up. No?
All right. Well, I don't know what's up because I don't know a whole lot, but first of all, let's make it really clear. At no point in this live stream is any of it medical information or medical misinformation or medical anything. Anything we say, do not take seriously. Okay? This is that's the only thing that you need to take seriously is don't take anything seriously.
That sounds fair.
So, because I don't know that whole, I feel like my ass is still burning a little. Only because I miss visiting with everybody.
Well, yeah, this is our first one of 2023, right? Because we got in trouble.
Yes, it is. Because we got a stinking. And Bobby wants to know what the fuck he missed. Well, you know what, Bobby? You shouldn't have thought that you need to go out on your Saturday night with your cronies when you could have been watching Marv strip on live stream. You fucking dummy.
No, I missed it.
It was funnier than shit.
I missed it too.
Yank missed it too.
I got there. Yeah.
You guys missed it,
I got there maybe 15 minutes towards the end of the whole shebang. I feel kind of weird. I have to do this.
Fuck.
Hi, guys.
Just a female. Wasn't you there?
What? Who? Flat-chested? She wasn't there?
So, flat-chested female, she missed something too. So it out at the top.
Oh boy, I can't hear you now.
Yep. I think we're behind. So, Sugar Britches, you, as Yank would say, win the booby prize. Because I think
great set of boobs. Great set of boobs.
And then we got flat-chested female, which she probably could have used those boobs. Thanks a lot, Sugar Britches, yanking those right off her chest.
Flat-chested actually says that she doesn't mind.
I feel like I'm way behind.
Flat-chested says she doesn't mind.
Yeah, I know she doesn't mind.
Yeah.
So,
tonight's show is brought to you by Bullet Rye Whiskey. Oops. Clinkety clank.
By somebody's rye whiskey, and we don't know whose. So we'll just leave it at that. Oh, jeez. Watch them be all pissy with us. Okay. So, hi, Flat Crew. You jumped in here earlier and was talking about how we got out of combo. Yes, we did. It was kind of cool. I mean, at least Yank and I got to hang together in there. Maureen, howdy, ma'am. And Kate.
Good to see you.
And Justine. And Ash. And Mishka. Hey, y'all, ladies. And Bobby. who skipped out on Rick's live and missed out on the whole thing. Howdy, Donna.
Yeah, Donna.
Who else am I
NC. Nice.
And Missy. Missy's here.
Yeah.
We missed you too. Sean. I'm gonna hang
not
up
me.
on my kid. Nope, it's not you. It's my son. Okay. Howdy, Hal. 9,000.
Hal 9,000. What's going on?
I'm the one breaking up.
Bobby says, "Yeah, you're a little glitchy." Bobby says, "Laughing my ass off, Gutter. It's my hand, and I'll do what I want. I'm currently stripping. I'll be listening in. I'm all set up. See you all in a bit." So he's tugging one out real quick.
Well, hurry your ass up. Wipe your hand off.
Wipe
your hand off, Bobby.
Whose birthday? It's Flat Chested's birthday, everybody. Wish her a happy birthday. It is now currently 1 a.m.
Okay. No, you don't want to have.
Yep. A little after 1 a.m. in the UK, and it is January 11th on her birthday.
I don't have my phone on.
Guys out there.
I mean, I got it on, but it's not on the Wi-Fi, Missy.
Me neither.
Sorry, Missy. So I'll start back here to see what questions did I get to tell everybody hi yet? Oh, Tony's
I think
here.
You pretty much did. Missy.
Hey,
Tony.
David.
What's going on?
And Andy.
We are quite literally going to have to do the Romper Room Magic Mirror thing with all you guys. Remember that? Romper, Stomper, Bomperoo. Tell me, do. Who do you have here in something? I see Bobby and Donna and Flat Chested and Leah and Andy. I always feel weird when I don't get the chance now that she's off the screen for a second.
I see Bobby.
There you go. There you go. Nice.
Okay. I see.
We're gonna have to learn the exact words to the opening of Romper Room and put that on there, because everybody of a certain age will remember Romper Room.
Have to look. Hi, Mick. Hi, Ann.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today is January 10th, 2023.
Right now,
this is the first show.
Hopefully we'll quit.
Go ahead.
Hopefully
I feel like we're talking all over each other
here in a minute, and I know it's quite fucking annoying. Okay.
Are we fighting for the microphone? Is that what we're doing? Is there some
I got
some little
way bigger
passive aggressive
dude
shit going on?
I have a way bigger mouth. I got a way bigger mouth. You'll never win.
That's fine.
Ask Rick. Ask Rick.
I got one of these.
You'll never win. Oh shit! Yeah, speak of the devil.
Who?
I go to a medical channel on YouTube. Okay. Oh, I had asked him about what he puts on, because when I was thinking about doing the live, I wanted some to us to a statement saying we're not medically, we're not giving out advice, and but I couldn't find one. Usually he has one and I can just steal it from his shit, but I couldn't find one. So,
well, it's better if you just verbally say it anyway, right from the beginning. This is all our opinion, and we're allowed to have an opinion in the States of America. It's not to be taken literally, anything we say as scientific evidence. This is strictly opinion show.
Yeah, Missy said,
in case you guys haven't noticed. in case the overlords haven't noticed, this is called a virtual pub, and we're all hanging out, and we're going to discuss whatever the fuck we want, and we're going to do it in a way that's just our opinions. No one's ass is going to get chapped. No one's going to get hurt. And no one's going to decide to drink bleach or shoot fucking horse tranquilizers or whatever the hell they talk about doing. So we're just talking, and we're allowed to do that.
Well, and how they're not going to do that is we're probably going to make some adjustments to how we do things. And we're trying to figure that out. I'm okay with everything going to Rumble, but Rumble, I can't just transfer it from StreamYard where I don't know, they don't mesh. So you have to go through YouTube, and then YouTube sends it on to Rumble is how I assume it all goes down. So figure out how get beyond YouTube if something was needed. A medical united. Oh fuck. Who is that? Somebody new.
Who? What?
Medical United. I don't know. They're just see that?
No.
Who
is it?
Are you?
Oh, Medical United.
Are you somebody we know and you just changed your name?
Could be. Whatever, man. You know what? When we started this thing, to be honest with you, when we started this thing, we said no rules, right? No rules. We're going to say what we want. We're going to do what we want.
Exactly.
We're going to roll it till the fucking wheels fall off. And I think that's the way we should do it. I would be interested in getting a little feedback within the chat here. If the Yank and Gutter show were to decidedly take a powder off of YouTube and figure out a way to strictly stream onto Rumble, let's say, and this is just a suggestion or an idea, how many of you would actually just download the app because it's free, same as YouTube, and watch us over there on Tuesday nights? Because we obviously don't want to go there and start trying to build a whole new audience if we did do that. So we want to kind of just float the idea by you guys. Yeah, we don't want to lose you guys. That's the point. We want you to come with us, and where YouTube. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say, because YouTube is very unfriendly, hostile territory, man. It's shark-filled waters, You could get, I don't know who this amedic fucking person is, and I mean, they could report us for talking whatever and having an opinion and get us another strike. And the thing is, we got a strike. First, we got a warning, right? That's where we got to start back up, right? We got the warning, and that was no problem. So we took the video down, or Gutter did, and then they retroactively started going back through our shit and saw we talked about other stuff. And then they gave us a strike, and the strike is good for a week. But the strike stays on your record for 90 days. So for the next 3 months, we're supposed to sit here and watch everything we say, or take the video down after we play it. And if you don't see it live, then you didn't get to see it. Too bad. And I don't want to play that game. I'd assume just go to greener pastures. That's the way I feel about it. I don't know how Gutter feels, but we got to watch out for the next 90 days, whatever we say. Or we get a second strike, and that's for, I forget how long they said you can't post anything for. And if you get a third strike, your channel's done. They just nuke it. Oh, 2 weeks? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's 2 weeks on the second, but yeah, you're out on the third. Well, and here's because I'm such a person that says, "Oh, I can't do that." I'm the opposite. I'm a total fuck off. I'll fight till the end. So, and which is kind of why we've come to the decision that because Hank would like to go, and I don't want to be fucking censored. I'm never gonna let somebody push me out. I'm never gonna go willingly. I'm never. So they're gonna have to fucking chew me a channel our channel out for me to go. So, but then, like you said, they'll follow us. And that's my biggest thing is I don't want to lose you guys. And we won't get a fucking choice if it comes down to it. So how that's kind of where one of the things I want to address what Hal had said. Um, Hal said, I would never do that. I don't do apps or StreamYard. Well, you're on YouTube. So you do some
Right.
kind of, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to be on an app. You can still go to Rumble and watch us and
You
not
can. You
necessarily
just have,
download an app. So,
yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So, so just so you know, there is a way around that, Hal. So don't think that, I mean, because I'm the same way. I don't want to buy my phone and I have a hell of a time just how fuck we're handling. So, but we might not have a choice. And so we don't want to lose people like you, Hal, or the rest of you, because I mean, that's why. And Tony, yeah, fucking join in Discord. No, they pissed me off. They already kicked me out of there. I ain't going back.
Yeah, there's been a
Damn
couple of
it.
questions. There's been a couple of questions in the
So,
comments about
but I do
what
think
is Rumble.
on our channel.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Stop calling me. Go ahead.
Goat head.
It's really weird because I'm watching on YouTube and it's behind, and then I'm watching on StreamYard and it's kind of with it, but it's still behind. Anyways, Discord isn't naughty, Harry. Actually, I was kicked out of Discord like the first week I was there. So that's why I got a bad taste in my mouth about Discord. I mean, they couldn't handle I'm actually still on there, but once they kicked me out, I was like, fuck you. I mean, that was like I wasn't there very long. So I don't do Discord. They can suck my ass. I'm the real good girl. Never go look. That's Discord, but I don't use it and I ain't going there. So no. And Missy can't handle breaking me up. Or can't handle hearing me break up. I'm sorry. Maybe if I talk slower. Does that help?
That's why I'm not saying anything. Because we're stepping all over each other. And I don't know when you're actually stopping talking and when you're just breathing in. It's weird. It's tough. You know what I'm saying?
Are you telling me to take a deep breath?
No, not at all. Not at all. No, what I'm saying is
No, I know.
it's hard for me to differentiate.
Yep. Go on Marv's
So I'm gonna
computer.
light a
I don't
cigar
know
in the
that it'll
meantime.
help. The only reason I went on Marv's computer before was because I wouldn't use it. I couldn't hear and I couldn't talk. So that's the only reason I went on it before. That's kind of a shitty one. But well, I have a new laptop, and I also think I'm just gonna have to break down and call Xfinity and say, all right, I'm paying for this much. I have, but
Yeah, fucking
so
Xfinity.
what were we talking about? We got so did.
Well, we were talking about maybe going to Rumble, and I saw some people in the chat had a few concerns like starting a Rumble account. What is Rumble? And we have a Rumble account there. And you can just Google Yank and Gutter Rumble, and it'll take you there. So you could do it that way. But you're going to have to remember every Tuesday night to do that.
I don't know.
But you don't have to download the app.
Is David
S. Mute her. Whoa. Hey, dude.
See this?
Yeah, I see.
Are you talking
David
about
S.
mute me?
That could be a problem.
David? Because I don't know if you were on Rick's Live the other night, but dude, you don't want to see the fucking vein pulsate. So If you were talking about muting me, you can suck my rosy red ass. We'll start there. I don't give a flying fuck. I'll never fucking be muted. So suck it. Don't make me yell because I don't want my granddaughter hearing me telling you to suck it and stuff. So knock it off.
Welcome to the Yank and Gutter Show.
Okay, now. All right. Now. Here, this should tell you
I'm actually the nice one.
Straight out of Houston, bitches.
There you go.
Fucking irritates me. I mean, I understand that I'm breaking up, but I'm also the one that fucking is the one putting this on there and all of that. So you wanting me to fucking go away or be muted is my ass. I don't know what to go away. Sorry. Not sorry.
Yeah, you guys are just gonna have to live with the breaking up, man. Sorry
That's right.
for it.
And the bitch.
I know.
You're gonna.
We both have.
Live up and the bitch. You're gonna have to live with the breaking up bitch. All right. I kiss you too, David. Anyway.
There you go.
So.
Can't we all just get along, man?
Go ahead. What is Ashley saying? You talk.
What is Ashley saying? Goddamn right, Gigi. Oh, that's something for you. Well, no, it's obvious.
They're not hearing me when I say it, so you talk.
Okay. It's obvious I'm just going to say it really quick. It's obvious we're still having technical issues with this for some reason. The stream has just been horrible the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 streams, really. And some of it's on my end. I have really weak signal. I don't know what it is. I've had Xfinity here, and they say it should be good, and it's not. I also went through the hurricane. That's what it is. I don't know. Gutter on the West Coast over there is. You're getting some weather out there, aren't you, Gutter? Some pretty good sized storms and shit.
No.
Right now. I thought the West Coast, like most of California, and you're on the West Coast, not California, but is getting fucking hammered with storms. No?
Well, they are, but that's clear down there.
Okay.
That's
then I'm clearly talking out my ass, and you should not listen to anything I have to say.
No bullshit. Sherry said, doesn't Rumble charge you or StreamYard? No, neither of them charge you.
Nope.
Unless you go for like the more advanced.
Right.
The more, I don't know what they call it. The fucking one up. I don't know. Then it will. But no, it doesn't charge you, Ann. So you should definitely go on Rumble and you'll find Rick there.
Yep.
As well as us.
You'll find a lot of the people we watch are there. Because it's a freer platform, man. They don't have stick their asses like YouTube does.
American All Stars Us. It's good to see you too. I'm always curious where everybody comes from. And maybe I just missed you. I'm wondering. David, you should go check us out on Rumble as long as you don't tell anybody to mute me again, because that's not nice.
Oh, well, David, if you're on Rumble, maybe we'll come over and check you out. Are you under David S? David says he's on Rumble.
Yeah, I'll definitely look for you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, Missy, I did not find Rick's last live. He got rid of that one faster than he knew what to do with. So, unfortunately, I don't get to see any of the fun time you guys had during New Year's Eve. I think that's what it was, New Year's Eve. And I did not see his last live either. I was kind of busy. So, I've been out of the loop. It's actually been kind of nice, to be honest.
So, I'm curious. Did anybody disagree with me regarding regarding the faith of them, of that dude. I just got to know if any of my people, all 28 of you, if anybody disagreed with what I had said regarding that. And then we'll
Well,
talk about the gifts, which was funny. That's how we got Marvin's clothes off.
My American
Yes,
All-Star
Tracy,
says,
that dude.
My American
Mhm.
All-Star says, I sub to you guys from one of Rick's Saturday Night Lives. Thank you, My American All-Stars. Us, we appreciate that. You should have a shorter handle,
Thank
though,
you.
man. That's a mouthful. And David S. says he does not have a show, but he will go and Rumble and watch y'all there. Cool. All right. Well, okay. So you guys could go back to milking the big to-do.
I knew Sugar Britches and Ash. Yeah, I just kind of was curious. He keeps playing his 80s soft rock and it's the beginning on each, what these you say, on each live, and it's killing me slowly.
Killing me softly with his
You don't like his rock
songs.
music?
Killing me softly with his songs.
And was on my side too. Everyone agreed with you, Gigi. That's what I was thinking too. Okay. I just kind of want to make sure. Al said not totally agree, but we are the youngest country in the world. What other country do is what they've been doing for thousands of years? So, yeah, but that wasn't my whole point was that it's not okay. It doesn't matter if somebody's done it for, I mean, people have beaten animals for thousands of years too. It doesn't mean it's okay, right? Am I wrong?
Are you asking me?
I'm just asking. I'm not, Jesus. Nobody. No, I'm asking Hal. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. David, we would put a disclaimer, but that takes a second to type it up and then have it scrolled on the bottom of the screen. That's a good idea. We could put that on there. We'll get that at some point. We do have pre-made scrolls. We just don't because they kind of pull away from the power of the stream going out. So we don't put them on there. See, okay. Now, let me read this. I like hearing about other cultures in New Zealand, the legal age of 16. I've heard. See, okay, Kia. I kind of agree with you on it. I wouldn't take the stance that the hardline stance, other than to say I disagree with it as to whatever I did hear about what happened at that live. I don't agree with it, but I'm interested to hear the perspective. And then we can have a discussion as to whether the person I'm speaking to agrees with that philosophy that they're talking about or that culture that they're talking about. And we can have a back and forth that way. So I'm always interested in hearing what somebody has to say, but I'm just as willing to disagree wholeheartedly with the theory or the idea that they're putting forward as well. Like, I think it's a little too young to get married at 16. Is that what you said? 12 in the Philippines. That's way too young, in my opinion, to get married. However, I will say that there was probably a time within human history evolution where people didn't live past 30. So you had to kind of get married that young in order to have a family unit and create a family. I mean, it sounds really bizarre, but that might have been the case, and that's why it's still that way. There's still very much in the Philippines, rural, let's say, insofar as compared to the West. So maybe that still needs to be a thing. I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak intelligently on a subject I don't know.
Well, first of all,
yes, ma'am,
tried to basically say, well, it was a society thing, kind of like Hal's trying to say. And again, that's where I don't care what a society thinks. That's specifically why we're sitting in the situation we're sitting in, because we didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And now you see where we're at. We got drag queens wanting, you know, little kids at their dance parties and encourage strange shit that goes on there. I just think that when you're talking about young kids, you can't take their innocence back away from them. Once you take it,
You mean you can't
it's
give it
gone forever.
back? You can't give it back. Right.
Ever. And you can disrupt feels for the rest of their life regarding sex, love, marriage, all of that. I mean, when you talk about Hal had said, well, marrying at a young age is not physically hurting anyone, marriage at all, or religion, but you're married at a young age hurting anyone. I don't know. You show me two people that are married that don't have sex. And if you don't think that's going to hurt an 8-year-old or what did you say? Marrying at a young age, um, of a young age and having sex with them, that's going to hurt them physically and mentally. For mentally, probably for the rest of their life. So I, I just, I totally disagree with it, and I think it's completely taken advantage of of young kids. That side of it is something that I'll never get. What David just say. I believe in marriage. I did it 4 times. Yeah, I'm doing it once, and that's it. There ain't no second time. I don't give a shit. I don't care. If Marvin could die tomorrow, I'll never marry again. Never.
There's a comment you're gonna like, Gutter.
Not that I love him.
There's a comment you're gonna like.
On your outside of first of all. Oh, yeah. I did read this one. Mishka said, Gutter, I was 100% on your side. First of all, the guy was preaching from the Quran and drinking and smoking in sin. And second of all of a sudden, Rick became like a diplomat instead of taking your side. And I see what I totally agree with that. I just couldn't believe if I was to here's a perfect example, and this is what I'm going to use because most of you are huge animal lovers. And I'm going to use this as an example. Would you let that man do to your dog what they want to do to it?
You broke up. Say it again.
Because
You're
in my
frozen.
eyes, it's the same kind of sickness. Okay. Would you let that man do to your dog what he wants to do to that young girl?
No. No. I would not.
No, Rick wasn't he wasn't playing he was not playing referee, Hal. Again, I disagree. He was not. He jumped down my throat like I had said that man needed his throat slit. That is how he handled that whole situation, which is why I then in return jumped back. Because had he said, well, let's had he first of all, he wouldn't even let me finish talking. That guy talked for about felt was his beliefs and his religion. And then when I tried to talk, I was stopped. Told that was bullshit. I shouldn't have been talking like that. That's where I kind of fucking went, no, you don't get it. And he was not, I mean, he was taking that guy's side totally. First of all, he said, no, it's that guy's belief, or it's that guy's, he's talking about the religion and the society. He's not talking about the man's belief, but it was the guy's belief. It was the man's fucking religion. And it was his belief. He eventually said it was. I love Rick to pieces, but I won't be, I'll stand up. I don't give a fuck who you are. Ask my husband, ask Yank. I'll stand
I'm with
up
you,
for
Black
whatever I believe
Sheepdog.
right. Every
I'm
time.
with you.
What?
I
He loves
stand
the
with
Rick?
Black Sheepdog. No, we need to go back to a time when we could beat our wives.
Motherfucker, bring it.
See, the problem was Rick didn't have a problem
What?
with you talking back. He had a problem with you talking. I'm kidding. I don't know
Exactly.
what happened. I wasn't there.
Yes. No. He did. I mean, he did not want me to. He did not want me to question that dude. He didn't want me to put that dude in his place. He didn't want me to say that I thought it was all wrong. And I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't give who comes on right
Well,
now.
that's right.
I
I mean,
will
that's why we
put
have the
them. I'll say
conversations
it.
we have
It could be the
here.
fucking Pope himself.
This is why we have the conversations that we have here, because we're not trying to pander to the audience that happens to show up. We talk about what we want to talk about, and we'll talk in the ways that we feel moved to speak and express ourselves and the ideas that we put forth. We don't have to worry about, oh no, we lost a sub. Oh, we don't do that. We're big people here. If you can't handle the heat that we throw out, get out of this kitchen, because you're not going to like it. We talk about stuff and we have opinions. And just because Gutter was disagreeing with a guy, in my opinion, here, I didn't see it, but all I can go is what I'm told, and what I'm seeing read in the comments was Gutter stuck up for herself and her idea. And somehow that was taken in a weird way, I guess. That wouldn't happen here. I can tell you that, you know. So I think we're a step above, and that's why we're a cut above. I kind of wish more people would share us around, and maybe other people would realize that we're a pretty cool place to hang out, and there's not a whole bunch of rules, which is probably why we need to move to Rumble. Once again, plug in Rumble.
Yeah. Well, only because we don't want to lose contact with you. Yeah, we could go to Rick's and we can chat within that chat, but it's still not the same. The fact that I'll pop up the list and go, no, I don't agree with that. Here's what I don't agree with. And here's the deal is I give you the time, what it is that you want to say. Like I said, that guy rambled on for 20 minutes before I went, okay, here I go.
Boom.
So, oh, Bobby.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Okay. I'm posting it right now. Yeah. Oh, it was. And, I know I'm not the most, I don't handle shit with the most couth, but you know what? I try to be that way.
Ooh, you are glitching so bad, Gutter. So bad.
Oh, I wasn't realized that if we don't stand up and say exactly how we feel, then we're going to get ran over. You the way you want to be treated. So fuck with me. Go ahead. See what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm pinning it.
Well, you can if you want to. We can have some other things to talk about, I guess. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to what's going on.
No, I'm pinning it.
I'm
I just
huh?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't. I was on Gutter Girl instead of Yanking Gutter. So I have to go to Yanking Gutter and then repost it from there because it won't let me post it.
So I thought it was kind of interesting that the whole world was going to fall apart in the United States because there was a couple of holdouts for voting Speaker McCarthy Speaker of the House, and the things they proposed, as far as the holdouts were concerned, I don't think I'm really going to lead to much of anything other than the one that's got me a little bit concerned is that one individual can be enough to trigger a vote of no confidence in a speaker. Kind of makes the speaker's position moot, because I don't know how you're going to ever have 200 people agree with you always. So that I found was a little weird. But the whole fact of the mainstream media freaking out, oh my God, this is day 3 and we haven't got a Speaker of the House and the government can't do anything. Fucking fine. Good. I don't want them doing shit. Half the shit they do is fuck up anyway. And all this talk about, well, we're going to go after and we're going to stop Joe Biden and we're going to go after Hunter and give me a break. Nothing's going to fucking happen. You know why? Because the House can put forward all the bills they want and all the investigations they want, but they're never going to pass the Senate. So nothing's going to happen. Who we got here? Oh, jeez.
So I do want to answer. Kai said, I absolutely disagreed with Nidell, but he stating his culture or not what he actually did himself. He said he had never dated or married a 12 or 14-year-old, as he's a 40-year-old man. You're right. He did say that. But also when I said, so it's your religion as a Muslim. And he said, yes. And I said, so that means it's your belief. And he said, yes. Well, to me, I take that as he believes that it's okay to do. And he came right out and said, when I said 12-year-olds, he said, oh, it's as young as when they are able to ministrate. Are you got to be kidding me? I couldn't even believe it came out of his mouth. So, I feel like it's his religion. Why wouldn't that be something he believed?
Not all cultures are equal.
Well, how about this? I'll give you, one sec, Bobby, to your question, Gutter, when you just said his religion and what does he believe? He was sitting there smoking and drinking, someone said, right? So how strictly can he follow his religion?
It's against his religion.
Right. So I don't think that he's like
not allowed to consume
practicing.
Well, I don't know.
People call themselves Christians and never see the inside of a church.
He talked about it for 20 minutes. And like I said, when I asked him, is that your religion? And are those your beliefs? Do you believe that that is right? And that's when he said, oh, well, it's our society. Well, I don't care. I mean, look what our society has gotten us. Fuck that. So I disagreed with him. I will disagree right up to
I'm going to try and be a level advocate. What if he said to you, well, look at your society, and you go, yeah, it sucks. And he goes, that's the freedom you guys have. Freedom led you all to that fucking tranny shit and all that stuff. Would you go like, freedom? What are you talking about? True. Freedom's good, right? So maybe he was a little defensive when you were kind of like maybe attacking his culture, whether he follows it or not. Maybe he was just being defensive. I don't know. Again, I wasn't there. I'm just kind of like trying to feel out the conversation.
I never attacked his culture. I attacked him saying that it was okay to do 12-year-olds. I didn't give a fuck about any of his other part of it. I didn't care. Did I care about anything else he said about? That was the only part I was stuck on.
Okay.
And it's still the only part that I'm stuck on.
Because
I don't think it's okay. I don't. Nidell, see, Donna said, Nidell also said 12-year-olds in their country was real women and they can cook. Haha. She's not lying. He did say that. So do you see what I mean? His views are his views that I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm going to.
There's modern Muslims, and then there's the ones stuck in the caveman ways. It's the only religion to not have a reformation.
Right.
And I'm sorry, not all cultures are equal. I have plenty of Muslim friends. A lot of them came here to the United States to get away from state-ran states ran by Islam because the culture is horrible. Look at how people are treated. They're beheaded, stoned to death. Women are property. You need 4 men to dignify your claim of rape. They throw gays off buildings, put them in cages, light them on fire. I mean, they're living in the fucking Stone Age. I'm sorry. The Muslims came here to escape that shit. The ones that came to America want to practice their religion, believe in Allah, and follow the good parts of the Quran. And there's there's different ways to interpret that religion, and it's unfortunately the societies and cultures that are driven by that political ideology. It's a political ideology as much as it is a religious one, and it's a statist
it's a political ideology wrapped in a religion.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's complete. Girls at 12 years old, at least in this country, should be believing in Santa Claus and writing letters to Santa. I'm sorry. You know, we live way beyond 30 nowadays. 12 years
and
old,
learning
you gotta
how to
be
young ladies.
You want your 14-year-old pushing a stroller saying "Catch me outside" on Jerry Springer? Yeah. That's what you get with freedom. So we have to protect kids in a free world. Or Dr. Phil might as well have been Springer. That bitch made it though.
Same thing.
You know, she showed everybody she's a millionaire now.
Yep. Yep. But she's, you know, if there's a heaven and a hell, she's gonna be burning in hell without a doubt. That chick is fucking whacked. She's whacked, but she's a millionaire. Yeah, you know, it's funny. You said it's funny. We as Americans, with all of our shit and traditions and things and religions and ideals, we will quickly shit on other countries very quickly over stuff that we disagree with, we find repugnant. But they also find things, like I said earlier, super. Yeah, rightfully so. But they also, rightfully so, have shit they can throw major shit at us and make it stick.
100%.
Yeah. Like
Americans,
the whole,
I'm going to say this
thing. Yeah, go ahead.
I will say this, a quick preface. Now, this is one thing I've noticed a trend on here. It's okay that we back and forth, and sometimes we overtalk, but we'll let each other. The whole stopping and go ahead. Stop with the hiccups. I just want to say Americans are the dumbest fucking people on the planet. For as much as we have with our freedoms and all the information, we're the dumbest people on the planet. You might call that guy stupid for his beliefs, but we're the dumbest with all the freedom that we have, the way we relinquish it, and the shit that Americans will go on to with the drag queens and the kids and all that. Honestly, I think Americans are the stupidest people on the fucking planet, and that's my opinion as an American. I digress. Go ahead, Yank. I'm muting.
Dude, I completely concur with you on that. I think Americans, we live in a bubble. We don't travel because our country's so damn huge. We don't need to leave. We're a melting pot of all other cultures, so we get all the food, the experience, and everything right within our own borders. We don't need to go to Rome or Germany or any of South America to hear the languages, to experience the culture and everything. But we don't know how it's done in practice outside of the country that we live in. We don't go anywhere. We are dumb. We literally are a dumb nation when it comes to the globe and the way it works and how other countries have been. Other countries have been around for millennia. We've been around for a blip. You know what I mean? And we have this somehow. I find it a little kind of amusing that we have a lot of the times this better than thou attitude when it's like they've been around that long and we're like barely surviving after 240 something years. We're on the precipice of falling apart, but they're still running. So I don't know.
Well,
you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to kind of look around and go, what's right and what's
America
wrong.
Do remember that America was an experiment of self-governance.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're watching now, think about people back in the 30s. Okay, my grandfather grew up in the Great Depression. At 12 years old, he was selling ice cream on the streets of Brooklyn to help his mother pay the rent when he wasn't in school. Those were hard times. Mm-hmm. They weren't having drag queen story hours then. What happened was America hit the easy fucking times. That is the truest statement ever, because you're watching a free nation beg tyrants to take care of them, even knowing that they're stealing our money and giving it away. It's like, yeah, but we need that. Americans are the dumbest people on the planet. With TikTok, with fashion fads, with music that dumbs us down. Kids can't even write a proper sentence anymore. Pronouns have turned from vocabulary terms into self identities and hobbies with sexuality amongst children. You know what comes with freedom? Accountability. And you know what comes with good times? Boredom. And you know what? I have to say that you're seeing us here. We understand what freedom means. A lot of other people do not. Unfortunately, they don't know how to handle accountability and freedom. They want the nature of man is to want to be taken care of. You know,
absolutely.
Why have to go out and take down a woolly mammoth when you could just sit in a cave and eat it? You know.
Yep.
And that's how this culture fucking got here. Laziness. Fucking laziness. Laziness. It's that simple. Lazy. You don't want to do your own research. You don't want to do your own reading. You don't want to, you know.
It's the poison of too much excess, right? Excess is poison. It dulls the senses. It stops curiosity. It grabs attention where things were others. You brought up the fact of, like, in the 30s, the Great Depression. They didn't have fucking time to worry about what bathroom to use, or they didn't have time to worry about the 0.003% of the population that fucking did some weird shit. You know what I mean? It was struggle. It was,
they had to eat.
You know, you got to find a job. You got to make some money. You got to feed your family. Yeah, you got to live. So once you get to the point where you could just go to the store, get whatever you want, you can stay home now with your phone and just dial it up and it shows up at your house, right? Now we're trying to get into a government where they're talking about universal income, where you could just stay home and just they give you enough money to fucking get your food from Uber Eats or whatever it is. It's poison. It is poison. Freedom is a dangerous thing. It is absolutely, because it comes with, like you said, personal responsibility must be taught as well. And along with personal responsibility, the anecdotal stories of, if you take freedom to the limit on this bad thing will happen to you. And we don't teach that anymore. We are teaching, be free, be you, do you, your reality, your truth. That's all that matters. And fuck what history has shown through the years that has all ended up in the ash pile. It's pretty bad, man. It's scary. But I agree with you.
It really is. Now, Gutter hasn't spoken since I got on, and that's a trend.
I know, she's been freakishly quiet.
I missed a lot. What
quiet.
The hell? Marv was stripping. You're yelling at a Muslim.
So funny. Okay,
what the hell did I miss? Let me know.
Bobby.
What the hell's going on?
Okay, let me tell you how all this shit went down. It was so fucking funny. So, from the get-go, he gets on his live, and I immediately start saying, "Open the gifts you got." And he's like, "No, they're downstairs." And he was kind of in a shitty mood. "No, they're downstairs. I ain't getting them." And I know when he's like that I can either bring him out of it, or if I push him, I can make it way worse. So anyways, finally, I kept pushing it and I kept pushing it. And everybody else was kind of pushing it too. And I kept pushing in the chat, spam his chat and shit. So pretty soon, everybody's like, open Gigi's gifts, open Gigi's gifts, open. So finally he goes, "All right." I think he said, "All right."
I was all over that with you. I was all over with that. What's in the fucking gift?
That whole part, right?
And
what's in the box?
Now what's fucked up is he did say, "I'll go down. All right, I'll go down and get the gifts." And then he reneged on that. See, had he never said that, I wouldn't have kept going. I would be like, okay, he's avoiding it. Let's not piss him off. But he did say, all right. You talked to me into I'll go get the gifts. And then he fucking didn't.
So it was the funniest
and
shit.
I picked up on the fact that it had something to do relevant to his channel, The Live, and Judy Booty.
Well,
And you
so
said you
I
did,
said
right?
to him, he said, he said, all right, you bitches. You get on here and show me some titties, and I'll go get the gifts and open them. Well, as soon as he said that, I shot out of the bedroom down the hallway to the living room and said, Marvin, get your clothes off and get in the bedroom. Well, of course, Marvin's gonna fucking go. Fucking, he was flailing, man, getting into the bedroom. When he got in here, I'm like, sit in the chair, and he's like, what the fuck? No, I'm like, sit in the chair. And this, I told him what was going on, and he goes, all right, fine. So he sits down in the chair, rips his shirt off, and I turn the live on. Oh my god! And fucking the chat went crazy, and Rick fucking died laughing. He's like, "You bitch!" He said,
He was sitting in the chair right there.
Mark was sitting here, and he was fucking doing the whole thing, man. It was funnier than shit. His shirt was off, and he
I'm
was
so sorry I missed it.
Oh my god, it was so funny. So then, of course, Rick's like, "You bitch! Now I gotta go get the shit." He said, "I can't believe you got Marvin to do that. What did you do to him to get him to come do that?" It was funnier than shit. Oh my god, it was hilarious. So yeah, I was bummed that you and Yank weren't there because it was fucking hilarious. So
listen, I
anyway.
stuck around for a while. My New Year's, I only went. I okay. Oh, yeah, I'm doing the.
No, I was just gonna say. I was just gonna say. Mick says we're being destroyed from the inside. It started 2 generations ago, and it's going to the plan as described by Bezmenov. For those that don't know, Yuri Bezmenov, and Mick, you're absolutely right. This is the slow march towards. Yes, yep. Yuri Bezmenov. Everybody should YouTube that man's name, and go check it out, because he tells you a story of how communism and the KGB had a plan, and they are working it and have been working it, and it's in our government and it's in our society now, and you're seeing the results of it. And this was back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I think he was talking. So
it's been going on for over 100 years. Over 100 years.
Easily. Yeah. No, I just meant Yuri Bezmenov was talking about it.
He was the defector, right? It said that we demoralize and all that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. This has been going on. Remember, we took on the Nazis in Operation Paperclip to after we beat them in the World War, brought them over to lead all our shit. You know. Hey, you Nazis, you're evil. We're gonna kill you. Now come over and run all our shit. You know. Hal asked me, I just want to address this real quick. How many other countries have I visited? Okay. Physically, I've never left the United States. Knowing how to navigate this window into the universe, many. And in my personal life, I've lived amongst people who came from all over the planet. I dated a girl from Eastern Europe who came from Lithuania. They were liberated with the fall of the USSR. I think they got their independence somewhere in the 1990s. My friends, very close friends from El Salvador. I have friends that came here from Pakistan. You got to meet my friend Andrew the other night, whose parents came here from Cuba. So I'm pretty learned on the way the rest of the world works, to know and understand what we have here as a golden egg of freedom. It's the only bastion of freedom. The rest of the world does not operate the way the United States does. And having this freedom, it takes, like Yank said, personal responsibility. You have to, being free means you take care of yourself and you're accountable for what you do. And I'm watching a lot of people in America just want to be lazy and have everybody else take care of them in a nanny state. And it's disgusting. And these people that are coming from other countries, the immigrants, not migrants, well, migrants. We got to stop. We're going to adjust this term right now, because migrants means people that move to follow work. A migrant is somebody who moves and follows the work. We're talking about illegal aliens. They're different.
Yes.
The migrants and aliens are different. I could be a migrant and never leave this country. I could be a migrant. If I'm moving from state to state to state following work, I'm a migrant. An alien is somebody who's not native born or a national or a citizen who sneaks into the fucking country, and we give them shit. We give far illegal aliens more than we give people who fought and put their lives on the line for this country. And it's fucking disgusting. And then you got teenagers on TikTok wanting to go to Forever 21 and get Louis Vuittons and Michael Kors bags and yell that daddy doesn't give them enough fucking allowance. And that's what happens when you spoil the fucking brats. So to answer your question, I haven't had to visit other countries to find out how the world works. Yeah, if that's of any. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm digressing. Fine, mute.
No. I think what you said is good, and I will just piggyback on top of that with the simple example of excess and lazy and everything that you just said. When I will point to an Associated Press article and report that came out that said because we have an obese epidemic within this country and children are fat, that now the American Academy of Pediatrics is now recommending
medicine and surgery. And surgery?
Medicine for children 12 years and younger and surgery for 13-year-olds. Rather than get the fuck out, the parents going, get the fuck out of the house, put down the phone and kick this ball around and move your ass. Go do something like we have to. I had to go disappear from sunup till the street light came on. But now, surgery and drugs.
Right. Instead of fruits, vegetables, and a non-sedentary fucking lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah, no. Sit in front of the Xbox and eat these fucking Oreos and then take this pill that's going to burn all that shit off. Eat this processed food. The food here is shit.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Banned in other countries. And as bad as other countries are, they still won't feed their people the shit they feed us.
That's right.
Fucking insane. I saw that. I actually have a screenshot of it. I've been on fire. Julie, I don't know if you've been seeing my Facebook today, but there's been a lot of fucking shit going on. A lot of bombshells. I've been just throwing shit up like crazy. A couple of memes, but some big shit. And that was one of them news? I wanted to address was that no. When I'm on my phone, it's really hard to switch back and forth pages. So it's on the William Joseph one. But
gotcha.
That I literally have that screenshotted about kids taking dietary medications and surgery instead of a healthy, balanced fucking diet. That's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're. Just take this pill. Just take this pill. No. Eat your Oreos and your Dunkaroos and play your Call of Duty and sit on your fucking ass
and your chicken tendies.
Take this pill. It'll make it all better. Yep. Yeah. And then when you got diabetes and autism and you got to take 40 other fucking pills to regulate your heartbeat, your blood pressure, and all this shit, don't worry. Big Pharma's got you. It's fucking crazy. It is an experiment. We are lab rats here in this country. And that comes with freedom. You have freedom of choice. Growing your own carrots. Eat a fucking vegetable. Eat a fucking you know how many friends of mine don't eat vegetables?
I know.
They know. They refuse to eat vegetables. And then they're like, I don't understand why I'm falling apart. And I'm like, well, all you eat is processed fucking shit and fried meat. What are you doing?
That's right. We talked about this Strategic Eyes for those who've been on that show and paying attention over there. And I dig the guy. One of the things he's been talking about, and I kind of feel like maybe I nudged him in a few comments to start talking about that, was public shame, right?
He's easy to nudge, to be fair. Just to be fair, he's easy to nudge.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't trying to take.
I like him. I got much respect for him, but he's easy to. No, I mean, it's easy to get him. I love you, strategic. I'm just saying. When I met you that
get you.
day, I realized, it's easy to get them going.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean it that way. But I started talking about this particular thing. I didn't see him talk about public shame, right? I brought it up a lot in the comments where we're in desperate need as a country to start shaming people, like we used to. If someone and it was the big things, right? If someone's kid was a murderer, you knew that kid was a murderer, and neither the parents nor anybody who knew the kid wanted anything to do with the kid. And they went to, if they were a thief, if they were a bad egg, if they were this, if they were fat, if they were lazy, if they were stupid, if they didn't try, if they were, we as a society put pressure to keep conformity to things that worked. Now we live in this world where everybody's so afraid to say anything about anything that there is no societal pressure. So like, it's kind of like the pressure box went boom and all crazy flew out. So now everybody's running around with the nearest crazy fad.
You don't want to.
Go ahead.
You don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. It's
Fuck
about
that. I do.
Don't hurt my feelings. Yeah, fuck your feelings. Fuck your fucking feelings. That's
exactly
what it is.
You'll get over it.
Bills don't care about your feelings.
No.
The IRS don't care about your fucking feelings.
Nope.
When
I was
young,
not care about your
feelings. Care about your fucking feelings.
Go ahead.
When I was young, how we were shamed was when we did something stupid, like if a cop brought you home, or you woke up your friend's parents in the middle of the night because you guys wouldn't go to fucking bed, and you kept running down the stairs, and you got into the food, and you did all kinds of shit you weren't supposed to do. When you got home and then you went to your family's house, whoever it was, we would go to our aunt and uncle's, and when we'd show up there, and I wouldn't think nothing about it. I'd go running in the house, and all of a sudden, right in the middle where everybody's standing, my mom would go, "Julianne, did you tell everybody what a nice little girl you was?" You know what? That shame right there, it kept me from getting into lots more trouble from that kind of shit.
Absolutely.
And literally, I mean, I know of parents that would go, "Oh, I would never do that. We take our kids and we talk to them, privately in the other room." No. My kids, they got their ass beat right in the middle. I didn't take them outside. They embarrassed me in the restaurant.
In front of everybody.
And guess what? Everybody else was going to see me blister their ass in front of them, because you know what? If you're going to embarrass me, I'm going to show them that I can fix the problem. And you know what? My kids didn't act that much in a restaurant.
How about kids having to
explain to your aunt and uncle why I just smacked your ass?
Exactly.
Yep.
But my favorite was tell everybody what a nice little girl you was, or tell everybody what a nice little boy you was. We never got away with doing shit without the whole family knowing.
Right. How about have you ever
go on?
No. All I was going to say was, have you guys ever watched videos recently of what it's like to be a teacher with kids today? Have you seen the way these children act towards teachers? In like, one who was 6 years old just shot their teacher.
But here's the deal.
In Virginia, I think it was.
Most of those teachers, if you said, well, if you'd blister his ass and make him sit down, even if the school allowed it, most of those teachers would go, "Oh no, I just put him in timeout and I make him this and that." And you know what? Fuck timeout. Timeout don't work.
Well,
it's like Bill Cosby says, "I took time out of my day to whoop your ass." That's about the only timeout you're getting.
I agree. But I do think there is, remember when kids used to have to sit in the corner of the classroom staring at all their friends with a dunce cap on their head? I think that had a positive effect.
I was just going to say the dunce cap.
Bingo.
Public shaming works.
Public shaming.
It does work.
Right, yes. But I don't think timeouts work.
But the youth's out of control.
If you're at home with your kids and they, flush the hamster down the toilet or whatever it is, and you put them in timeout, They didn't learn a fucking thing from that except how to throw a fit and get out of that damn chair. Or be quiet for the 5 minutes and then you get out of the chair. No, he just killed the hamster. He needs his ass blistered so he knows not to do it again. I didn't beat my kids' ass all the time, but when they needed an ass beating,
dig holes. When I was a kid,
first
my father used to have me dig holes
to bury that
just to fill them back in. No, just to fill them back in. Like I wasn't allowed to go sit up in my room and think about what I did. No, I went to work. I had to do manual fucking labor, and a lot of it was absolutely pointless. Had served no purpose for anything other than to make me sweat, sore, and tired. Huh?
And you became jacked. You were in great shape. You got calluses on your hand. Exactly. It built character. It did. It built character. Right. That was a great punishment. I'm going to use that. I'm going to fucking use that one. I like that one. What are you going to send me to my room? Nope. You're going to go in the backyard. You're going to dig a fucking hole, and then you're going to fill it in. Then you're going to dig another hole. You're going to fill out that.
Yeah, but
I'm taking that.
You don't tell them they got to fill it back in. You just tell them.
Let them.
Don't tell them that they got to fill it back in. Dig this hole, and I want it 4 feet by 4 feet and 4 feet deep. Dig the hole. When they're done, you go, okay, now fill it back in.
I put it back in.
Yep. Flat-chested ass if I believe in corporal punishment in schools, and yes, I do. I think that's half our problem. No. You know what? If these kids had to worry about getting their ass beat,
not with his teachers.
They wouldn't beat their ass. You're right, no, teachers, because they would be too afraid to pick up the paddle and blister their ass.
No, because today's teachers are mostly about feelings. They got pride flags in there, not American flags. I don't think they'd be beating the kids' asses for the right reasons.
They wouldn't be beating them at all.
I don't trust the teachers of today.
We don't do that.
I don't trust the teachers of today. The whole education system's fucked. I don't trust it.
Well, true.
I'm sorry. True. They have them with the pride
interesting comment, Rowdy. Is an interesting comment from Rowdy. I got licks in school, but ain't nobody putting their hands on my son. I will handle it. Rowdy, let me ask you a question. Did you die from the licks that you got at school? Or do you still read those lessons today? I'm thinking by your comment, you still remember them today. So that you weren't killed, you weren't seriously injured, and nothing was permanent, I think it worked.
Well, the other
question I can understand.
I think it has to do with the discretion of the teaching community today. I don't, with these people coming out, using these children as therapists, validation with their gender fucking ideologies, I wouldn't trust these people to touch my kids. I'll beat some fucking ass. I come down to that goddamn school. I wouldn't trust them to train my kid. You touch my kid because they wouldn't pledge allegiance to a project. Fuck you. They wouldn't go to drag queen story hour. Fuck you and fuck out of here. What are you doing to my kids? I don't want my kids in public school anymore, to be honest. I'm going to mute.
Why?
So the question that I would have for Rowdy is, but would you whip your kid's ass? That's the thing. Because you know what? I'll give you a perfect example. I'm at my friend's. My kids are there. Her kids are there. My youngest has fallen asleep on the couch. We're outside in her greenhouse. My oldest son and her daughter decide that they are going to fill his ear with Gatorade while he's sleeping. They filled his ear with Gatorade. He had, now mind you, this is a kid that had really bad ear infections, la, 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 la. Okay. My kid, when I walked in and seen that Matthew's ear was full of Gatorade, which neither here nor there, later he ended up with an ear infection from that fucking Gatorade. But I picked my kid's ass. I picked him up and I blistered his ass. My friend looked at her daughter and said, well, you probably shouldn't have done that. So my friend who I grew up with, that's the one, her daughter, she looked at her and said, you shouldn't have done that. I picked my friend's daughter up and I blistered her ass too. Do you know that 3 years later, her daughter would say to me, I will never do anything like that again because I know my auntie will come whoop my ass. She could never say that from her mom. Never. She never felt like her mom gave a shit. It was,
Consequences.
oh, well,
I
that's right.
Right.
It's amazing.
You taught her consequences.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I put it to you this way. Here's the best analogy I have for this. When it comes to parenting or raising kids, or it used to take a village. Now, if I have a kid, my brothers and my sisters, as their aunts and uncles, have full authority to discipline them the same way I would, and I would expect it from them. First of all, you're not going to get away with them what you wouldn't get away with me. So if my little brother spanked my kid, I would understand that he would have a good fucking reason. They're reasonable people. Why'd you spank him? This is what he did. Good, thank you. You're not getting away with shit even when mommy and daddy's not around. You expect them to be that way. When you touch a hot stove, back in the day, you got burnt. Touching a stove, we're going to make analogous of doing something bad. So you do something bad. You touch a hot stove. Back in the day, it burnt the shit out of you. That immediate pain, that immediate reaction, no explanation, no talking, no thinking. You're just like, oh shit, I shouldn't do sympathy. That. Same way you train cats, same way you train dogs. This action creates that fucking reaction every time. I'm not going to do that action because I don't want that reaction. It's very simple. You touch a hot stove, you get fucking burnt. If the kids today are touching hot stoves and the stove's going, oh, I wouldn't do that if I was you, little boy. You might get hurt. And then the boy's going,
Pee-wee's
holy shit, this stove
talks.
Did you know this stove talks? And then they keep touching the hot stove to see, what else it would say, what else it would say.
No,
and
you're
then when one person comes by, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But you forgot the part where now the kids burn his hand and he wants to go. They got to take him to the hospital. And now they got to set up a GoFundMe page because they got to pay because they let their kid get burnt because they didn't teach him in the first place not to get burnt. It's a vicious fucking cycle and it never ends because it's all about handouts.
Oh, no.
Fuck.
I'm a child. As a kid, I grabbed a red hot fucking curling iron. My mother used to tell me, Bobby, don't go near the curling iron. I plugged it in. Don't go near the curling iron. Bobby, don't go near the curling iron. And one day I went near the curling iron and I grabbed it and I went, ah! And when she was done getting my hands wrapped around, unwrapped from it and all my skin was melted, she goes, what the fuck did I tell you? I'll tell you what, I never grabbed a fucking curling iron again. Ever. You right on the right there and then. Lesson learned. Hot stove burns. And every action has a reaction, a consequence. Right. And that's really what it is.
It's easy.
You're training kids, they're like cats.
I told my mom to shut up one time. One time I told her to shut up and she belted me in the mouth and she had the same mother's ring that I have right here. Yeah. And she put an imprint in my lips that was there for 3 fucking days. I never, ever told my mom to shut up again. Never.
Now, Yank was about to say something. Yeah, come on.
No, not really. Not really. I'm just floating in the conversation and reading the chats here. And Hal 9000 said, and now they're coming after the parents because they endangered the kid and let them get burnt. Yeah. I mean, it's,
I know.
Here's the thing, man. It's easy for me. I don't have kids, right? So it's easy for me to have opinions on how to raise kids. It's a completely different story when you're looking at the little kid that you brought into this world and they get the little puppy eyes going and you want to like save them and protect them. But I'm also an uncle and I'm also a godfather. And I have sat there and watched my nieces and nephews and the children that I'm godfather to, where they've fucked around and found out, whether that be a kid in diapers, fall down, bang their head on the damn coffee table because they were dancing around like a moron. And the parents come running out of the room like, oh, what's going on? He fell down. That's what's going to happen. Like shit's going to happen in life. Some kids are going to end up like this for the rest of their lives because they fell out of the tree they weren't supposed to climb. You know what I mean? They're gonna break bones. They're gonna get hurt, and that's the only way the species has survived as long as we have, is by allowing natural selection to take its course, man. And
you can't put them in a bubble.
Darwinism.
Yeah, some people's kids are just not going to make it, man.
My daughter, my daughter, when she was 6 years old, she was climbing in a tree and she had a baton, and it was plastic, not the metal kind with the plastic ends, but a full plastic piece that had glitter in it. And the ends couldn't come apart. And her friend went to jump out of the tree, and it was her brand new baton, and she didn't want to throw it out of the tree. So instead of throwing it on the ground, she put that baton in her mouth and she jumped. And when she did, she stumbled and she jammed that thing down her throat. She yanked it out. She came to the front door. Marvin opened up the door and she's standing there going, and he can't figure out what's wrong. Her friend walks up behind her and is like, Kayla, she jammed that baton down her throat and she just yanked it out and there's blood all over it. And oh my God. So like 5 years later, she had to have a tonsillectomy. So, but she learned not to stick stuff in her mouth when she jumped out of trees.
Jesus, I wonder if she has flashbacks when she does certain things with her husband.
Probably got no gag reflex.
I ain't asking her that because she is my daughter and she will belt me right side the head. So
no, I hear you.
That's fucked. Oh, that's. I missed that part. I'll be honest. I had a text come. I missed that part. I will never say something like that about your daughter again. I totally did. Well, I said no gag reflex. That's inappropriate. We'll say that for Facebook.
What's that?
Oh,
well, I think you and her are really close in age, actually.
Oh, there you go, Bobby.
What's going on here? We're gonna play Let's Make a Date.
No,
hold on. I'm reading a couple of the things. Well, if she was raised by you, I know she's a girl worth dating. So, whoever got her is a lucky man.
Well, we're just trying to keep her away from them all. My mom said that you should stay single and raise your kids the same way. I didn't, but
then you're not going to have grandkids.
I have a question which kind of goes to what we are kind of talking about here, about society in general and shame and all that consequences and the realities of life. Have you guys seen the video of the career criminal who was in jail for 15 years, tried robbing a place with a plastic gun, and some guy in the place mag dumped and coup de grace this fucking chump? And now the cops want that guy in for questioning, and they're going to arrest him, and he's probably going to go to prison for it. Because
wait, is this a Texas thing?
Was it in? Yes, yes, it was in Texas. Yeah.
That guy got out. He was sentenced to 15 years for killing a 62-year-old man during an armed robbery and served 8 years. Was out on early release. Fuck
That's
that
right.
Guy.
And he decides
the other
to
guy turned himself in with a lawyer. Abbott better fucking pardon him. Here's a hero.
That's what I'm saying. What kind of society do we live in where that guy is being looked at as the bad guy versus a guy who got splattered on the floor, the career criminal who killed somebody and was out on early parole trying to rob the place with a plastic gun?
Yeah.
What does that say about our society? That says we think too much about the people and the feelings, and we gotta pick the kid up because he fell down and banged his head on the coffee table. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, that guy fucked around and found out. And I don't care that guy, the hero of the story, walked up to the guy after he was down and the gun fell out, and he walked right up to him and boom, boom, popped two right in his head. Pow. Done. End of story. Good. Thank you, society. Good. Thank you, sir. But he
found the fuck out, didn't he?
Yes,
he's a hero. In my book, he's a fucking hero. Yes. And Abbott better fucking pardon him.
We need more people like
That's
that
how I
in
feel
this
about
society.
that. That guy killed. He was not just a robbery guy. He murdered someone during an armed robbery. He's a killer.
Yes.
And they let him out on early release, and he went right back to doing the same fucking shit. He obviously didn't learn anything after 8 years in fucking prison.
Yep.
So Ashley said that Idaho psycho was apprehended. Ashley said that the Idaho psycho was apprehended about 40 minutes from where she lives in Poconos.
Oh, in Pennsylvania.
It's scary. Yeah, the town that
the
murder
Poconos is a fucked up spot.
The town that place the murders took place in, that's where my niece live, and she has a 15-year-old daughter. That would make me really leery. The fact that son of a bitch was walking around for, I mean, he was around there for quite a while before he went to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I've been to the Poconos.
The Poconos is one of those spots that's it's one of those places that's very quiet for like a decade, and then all of a sudden it's the craziest fucking spot on the planet. The one and only time I ever went to the Poconos. Do you remember that guy who was in like hide and seek with the cops? He was like special forces training, and he was running through the woods. He would come out into the road and then go back and then shoot at the cops. They shut down hunting season for this shit. How old was I? I must have been, God, I might have been 16. So you got to look it up. Poconos. They also have abandoned resorts there. I wonder if that's the one you were at. It's really cool. I drove past it. It's this big abandoned resorts. Yeah. It was popping at the time in like the 80s and 90s.
Oh, it was dude, you would go rent this room, right? It was like a condo, 2 levels, and right in the middle was like a 15-foot
and like white concrete. It was like white concrete structures with balconies and weird angled buildings.
Maybe. Yeah, they were they were bizarre shaped buildings. But you'd walk in and you would have like a 15-foot champagne glass that was a hot tub. It had a pool and a sauna, and you go upstairs, and then there was a steam room and a bathroom and a bedroom, and that place was just made for fucking. It was pretty wild, man.
That actually might still be that. Was that on a mount? There's a mount.
I can't remember, dude. This was so long.
It's a mountain.
Ago.
Mount something. They still have that. It's like Lover's Lane. I forget. They shut down a big couples resort. Yeah. And I went past it when it was abandoned. And the one and only time I've ever been to the fucking Poconos, there was a guy who was like special forces trained, playing hide and seek with the state police and the cops, who had a rifle, and he was running around in the fucking woods.
I remember that.
They shut down the hunting season. So me and my friend, he goes, "Hey, we got a house in Pennsylvania. You want to go up for vacation?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's fucking go." So we went up there. I wasn't 16. That was I was probably about 23. I don't remember. I would have to look at the date. Honestly, I used to go there and upstate all the time. But the first time I ever went there, it had all those, like those roadway signs that they put on the wheels with the amber LEDs that say messages like road work ahead and shit. These ones said hunting canceled, prohibited right now. They shut everything fucking down. They wanted everybody in their houses, this and that. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck is this all about? And I looked it up and I'm like, oh God, there's a guy who's playing hide and seek with these motherfuckers in and out, who self-trained in special forces, and he's fucking with the cops. And the house was literally where it was surrounded. So whenever I went out for a cigarette and I would hear shit, you always hear shit in the woods. I was just like, oh fuck. And I went back in the house. I wasted so many cigarettes on that fucking trip, because every time I was out there, they didn't catch them till after we left. I would go out, I would hear some crackling in the woods, and I was just like, nope, And I went back, and we didn't have guns or nothing. We were more worried about the black bear until we found out, there's a stakeout with state police around our house. And I was like, yeah, this is a great vacation. I should have brought a video fucking camera,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do we have any other
But there's
stories?
a lot going on, a lot to touch on.
Yeah.
There's so much going on. I'm going to be right back.
I know one thing I don't want to talk about. I know one thing I don't want to talk about. I don't want to hear it, and I don't want to even brought up, is that fucking football player, because I don't give a fuck. I could care less. I know the guy fell down on the field or whatever, but he's fucking fine. I wish everybody would stop acting like he's dead and doing this shit.
He's a hero.
And, let's have him wear his number. Fuck him. Fuck him.
What about
Jesus?
What about the other guy? There's another football player in critical condition who went in to save kids from a fucking fire. We got that.
Well, yeah, he's only a half.
That's a
hero,
good guy.
Though. Yeah, he's only a half hero though. You don't hardly even hear about
Devon
that.
Was a BLM guy who used to kneel for the anthem, and I'll put it this way: I saw extremists on both sides. Some people started blaming the fucking vax. Some people started blaming the cordis, the Corotio cordis, which is a real fucking thing. Real, absolute. Let me look up the term. But when you get struck in heartbeat, the
that's
time
a thing.
of the heartbeat.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Struck.
That happens.
It's a real fucking thing.
In baseball, cordis, in Little League,
and it takes a few seconds. Yeah, it does.
If it hits you,
we
just
gotta.
Right.
And this is where Julie saw my post, and I said I'm gonna catch some shit for this, and then she posted a link in the comment. Miss Gata, I'm gonna catch some shit for this. But people have been dying suddenly forever. Not everything is the vaccine.
What did I post?
And you gotta.
What did I post?
You put up.
Fuck you, Rowdy.
You said. What you said was, here's the evidence, and then it was a lot. There's a lot of athletes that suddenly died on the field. And I said, that's pretty fucking astounding. I said, that's a lot. Now we need to look at the data from pre-COVID. See, I got to present arguments both sides. I can't just hop on bandwagons like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a credible source when I have an opinion. So
correlation does not equal causation.
Into it.
Correlation does not equal causation. I'm not saying it ain't
killing people. I'm saying, though, what we did tell you. Listen now here, people. When the vaccine first rolled out and they said, just get this vaccine, I said, this ain't going to be the first one. They're changing your fucking DNA. And the second one, and they're like, no, it doesn't change your DNA. Then they said, oh, it changes your DNA a little bit, but here's why it's good. I'm like, they're reprogramming your cells, the mitochondria in your fucking cells, the messenger RNA, fucking ribonucleic acid, the ribonucleic acid. Anybody understands cellular? You all learned this in 6th grade fucking biology, how cells work. They're up to 4 months. CDC just tweeted out, if you got your last vaccine in September of 2022, it's time for a new one. They're down to every 4 months get this fucking vaccine. It's not a vaccine. It's a therapeutic. It's a fucking therapeutic.
It's a therapeutic.
That's not medical. That's not medical information. That's CDC guidelines. So we better not get a strike, or I will sicken.
Well, thanks.
YouTube.
Thanks.
I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. Sorry. At least I'm not rubbing nipples.
Look at that. Bite that tongue. Bite that tongue.
Dude, I'm gonna bite the fucker off.
So, all right.
I know.
Let's move on because I'll tell you what. How's this?
There's a lot.
How do we talk about the border crisis?
Well, in a second. But regarding if you want to go watch a good conversation that has not got taken down by YouTube, and it is on YouTube, I would ask everybody to go follow Patrick Bet David, and it's PBD Podcast. and he was on there with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Type it in
you know,
the
fucking
comments.
What's that? Okay. So the guy who's
Sherry
the
said that's what my
astrophysicist.
channel for. Yeah, she wants me to get banned. Yeah, I will save it for my channel. I'm making another channel for us to all have a fallback. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm muting now.
Okay.
But throw it in the comments section real quick.
I will at the I can at the end of this, and I'm not going to write at the moment because that takes too long. It's very easy. Patrick Bet David, so it's PBD.
That's not
podcast.
what she said.
I'm never easy. I'm always tough. You gotta.
No, she said it didn't.
Get me all off track.
You said it takes too long, and she said,
"Oh,
no, it does not."
Oh, I get you. Well, sometimes.
Patrick
Bet.
Patrick
BET. Patrick Bet David.
Well, we can put it in here.
So his podcast is PBD podcast.
PBD
podcast. Yeah. And you will find a lot of interesting interviews with this guy. This guy's a really interesting cat. He's got some people. He just had on Neil deGrasse Tyson, and they get into a little bit of a heated discussion regarding this and the vaccine. Huh? What's that, Bob?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Me neither. But
I don't like Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah.
Okay. But they got into a good discussion about it, and it has to do with statistics and stats, and it was just interesting to read. But you'll find other interesting and good topics with this guy, Patrick Bet David. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. He's from Iran, and he's smart as a whip, and he's an American, and he makes a lot of friggin' money doing other things. He does the podcast thing just because he's an interesting dude. So check him out. Anyway, and that has to do with the vax. So that was a kind of
I just posted that to Facebook. No one else is gonna know what that means, but I wrote Patrick Bet David BPD podcast. So I just officially made that a Facebook post. Yeah.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Any of you guys on Facebook will know what that means. No, I wrote that out so I don't forget.
I'll
be right back.
What story?
What story?
What story, Rhodey? Was Yank telling a story? And
I don't know.
Nobody's answered.
I don't think I was telling a story.
You were telling a story.
I got a story for you.
Tell me a story.
It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, the whole damn family was drunk as a louse. Met Ma in the whorehouse and Pa in the jail. I had just settled down to a nice piece of tail. Went up on the roof, there arose such a clatter. I jumped off my sister-in-law to see what was the matter. I threw up the curtains, I tore back the sash, tripped it and busted my fat ass. When what to my wondering eyes should appear was a fat motherfucker, an 8 stinking reindeer. Came down the chimney like a bat out of hell. I knew all at once that motherfucker fell. And he filled all the stockings with pretzels and beer and a big rubber penis for the family queer. And I heard him exclaim as he flew out of sight, "Fuck you all, it's been a hell of a night." I hope that suffices.
Nice.
I'll be right back.
Black Sheepdog Tony G also put in Valuetainment is his other channel as well. Patrick Bet David. Yes, Valuetainment, and that's also another fantastic channel that he does. There's a lot of money stuff that goes on that channel as well. Financial advice, not necessarily advice, but predictions on the future and things like that. A lot of smart people go on that show. You may enjoy it. If you like Joe Rogan, then you'll like him. It's a little different. It's a little different format, but you'll like him. And I'm a big believer in pushing channels that we like, that I find interesting, because if you guys are here, then we have some common things in common. We all met at kind of Rick's channel or Strategic Guys or Bobby's channel or here. And, we get a little pass through. We got Portland Andy people coming in. So it's good. I like that. So I want to keep pushing good content. and then maybe we can get a little group together. So that's that.
What's Bobby? Fuck. What's Bobby's Facebook? It's William what? What's the last name he uses? William.
Shit. I don't know what the William one is. I haven't been on Facebook, but he's also has at Fact Check News. I do know that's there.
So he's got that one, Missy, at factcheck.news. And then he has William spelled with one L. William, yes. Let me look on my Facebook. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll dox his ass for you.
In the meantime, for those that don't know, Alan Greenspan, former chairman of the Fed, and who is also 97 years old, so he's seen some shit in his time, and he's been a financial guy his whole life, is expecting a recession by this summer. Regardless of what you're being told by the current administration, and Alan Greenspan is definitely no right-winger, he is expecting, with insurance rates and inflation and the increase in interest rates on credit cards and people living above their means, going back to their old habits after the free COVID freebie money, they are now having to use their credit cards more at a higher interest rate to make up for the inflation increase, which is not reflected in their paychecks, and their paychecks are not keeping up with inflation. So therefore, people are using credit. One of the big things that's also happening is the fact that rental properties are still going up, while rental prices are staying up and not dropping enough to facilitate sales, along with an increased market for the interest rate to buy a house. So there aren't enough buyers with decent enough credit to get low enough interest rates to buy these exorbitant price houses. So there's a lot of shit coming down the pike that's really going to kind of take effect this summer. So keep that in mind, that Alan Greenspan, former Fed chairman, is saying that that's likely going to happen. So just something to think about. If you're going to go on a trip or something, you might want to postpone it and maybe hold on to your money. I'm just a financial guy, but every penny
This is
I
not
got,
financial.
I don't want
this
it
is not financial information.
Financial advice. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
This is opinion only, based on some information.
We give no advice of any kind except to say fuck off if you piss us off really bad. That's the only advice we'll ever give you. So all the rest of the shit is just our opinion. Okay? Opinions, we all know what they're like. So don't hold us accountable for
them. I know that, Gutter, you wanted to talk about the border a little bit. You had brought that up.
I did, and I don't know. There's that actually that kind of coincides with the channel that I don't know if you've all heard of, the one that we were talking about the other day, which is the first responders. What was it called? First Responder Media. And he goes down to the border. I think he's left there, but I'm sure he's going to go back. But I think that him and people like his channel putting the pressure on is what pushed this whole thing. Because those boys were out there day and night, and they plastered it everywhere. And they had good sized channels. And they got the job done, dude. It's a really good channel. He only shows, it's not like he pushes his stuff, what he believes. He basically just shows you what's going on. So he's a good dude.
I did check out his channel, and I enjoyed it when I was there. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Go ahead.
He's definitely one that showed where those people, they would show them, they'd all start congregating at one area, and then they'd open the gate and let them in. And a little before that was when the Texas National Guard was down there, and they were trying to keep them from getting in one of the areas that was open that doesn't have a wall. And then the Border Patrol ended up opening the gate elsewhere, and they ran down and they all got in. There was like only 2 people, and all they needed to do was wait a few more hours, and they'd open the door again, or they opened the gate again and let them in. And I mean, they even got a rig waiting there for them to load them up in the rig, and then they take them to this place where it's a holding cell because they're not able to come in through asylum. They come in through this way, which is illegal, and they bring them in, they process them, taking all of about an hour or so. And then they say, okay, this is a date, you got to come back. And of course, they never come back because they all use the same fucking 7 names. I mean, how are they going to find them? So,
right. Yep.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely horrific to even watch. I mean, it's just hard to sit there and, I mean, it's like watching a train headed for a cliff, and it's just like, jump, hurry. I mean,
right.
You can't tell them to close the gate. I mean, what are you going to do? It's frustrating. Like Bobby said, catapults. I believe that's probably our only option. Just chuck those bastards right back over. Shit, we'll even have a family wagon style where we can just chuck the whole wagon right back over.
William Joseph is Bobby's
yes
YouTube channel, just an FYI. Hey, Gutter, you remember when I was joking around saying I wish I could cut this piece of music with the montage with the footage of Joe Biden walking to El Paso? Is there any chance you might be able to look that up and play that with no sound on your end?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I can supply the music.
Oh, this could be really fucking funny. And we could clip this later.
We could. I mean, I don't know if we'll get in trouble for the music, but whatever. But I think it's pretty funny.
That music on. I dropped my TikTok app, but we could do it on TikTok. Is they don't care about music. They don't give a shit.
Ooh,
okay.
Let
me see here.
I think if you put in El Paso Biden, you'll immediately see it. He's walking with 2 sheriffs.
Yeah.
But you got to try to get it with no sound right off the bat, or get the sound, then shut it off and back it right up again, and then I'll just start from the beginning.
Here.
Because I get this queued up already.
Well, I can. Right, but I can turn my sound on this video down. They'll just hear whatever.
Well, I don't want them to hear anything. They don't need to hear it. They just need to see it. So if you got to share your screen first.
No, but they need to hear your music.
I'll play it right here through the mic. I'll play it off my phone.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Oh, okay. What? Yeah.
Okay. 1 second.
I wish we could change the lyrics too, man, because it would be so fucking funny.
Recent video of Biden. Oh, there it is. Oh, come on. Where the fuck is it? Give me the video. Okay. I gotta stop it right at the right time. Let me get it. So they really think nobody's going to be able to climb those fucking... Do you see what they're using for the wall?
Yeah, barbed
they think
wire.
Nobody can climb those containers.
I know. Fucking ridiculous.
Oh my God. Yeah, that looks really nice. Fucking great. I'm trying to get to the, but I don't know where it's at, so I have to.
It should have been only like a 4-minute, 3-minute video, and I think it was NBC. I saw it on.
It's only 1.54. Well,
okay, well that's fine too. As long as it's him walking.
Nope, they didn't show it. It's not. Just a minute. It showed him walking on the thumbnail, but it wasn't him. So I'll just keep looking. You keep talking.
Okay. So anyway, we thought of this gag. It was a bit. We were kind of working it out. We didn't have time. I don't really have the technical expertise to do it. But it's how Biden went down to El Paso, and we saw that there were no immigrants there. They cleaned up the whole city of all the people that were sleeping on the streets and all the trash and everything like that. So Biden can go back to the White House feeling better. But if you look at the way he's walking with the people, you swear they just stuck aviator glasses over his head and said, okay, Joe, follow this guy. And he's just going to wave his arms around while he's talking. And you think about whatever you want to think about. And this is what I thought was going through Biden's head while he was doing it. So as soon as Gutter can find it and maybe we can pull it off, I think it's kind of funny. I would change the lyrics to it a bit. Again, no technical know-how, no technical savvy on my end, so I can't do it. We got to do it like this. How we doing over there, Gutter? If we can't, that's okay. We'll just
circus music.
Okay.
I know circus music would have been good too. Ready. Share the screen.
Do it.
Of course, I found it there and
do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it now.
Do it.
Okay, let me get to the spot. Let me find the spot. Fuck me rolling. Ah.
All right, it's taking too long.
I hate it when everybody.
We got a lot of dead air. Never mind. We'll figure it out.
You keep talking. Talk with Bobby.
Talk about. I'm running out of shit to talk about.
Okay,
I'm stuck on this now.
Well, no, I'm not.
All right, go ahead.
You keep that queued up. I'll see if we can do that. Share my screen. Let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna shamelessly plug while she figures that out real quick. There you go. Okay, so William Joseph. This is a profile of mine. This is sweet. You can find a lot of shit. We play tire guy and it going down and on. If you guys want to get
I don't know what you're saying, Bob. You're really broken up.
The policeman who is currently banned, but this is another one where I will disseminate a lot of information, personal and stuff. There's also Bobby Box, because if you don't have 3 accounts with Facebook, you're just not Facebooking, right? I'm featuring in here. This and I'll put up a lot of shit like that. And then as far as the page for Fact Check News, now y'all might want to pause them as they go, but this is me, Fact Check News, and tonight we're going to be doing Twitter files. We've been disseminating. I've been collecting all the Twitter files and compiling them because Elon Musk does not know how to fucking report shit, and he makes it too tough to follow. So I've been doing compilations of all of the Twitter file releases, and tonight we get into COVID files and how the government got together to basically cover up everything that was going on. If you go to William Joseph, the very top pinned, why is my alarm going off? The very top pinned video is DOD of COVID and how to deal with it since 2013.
Okay.
There's a reason why I have multiple Facebook accounts. So you see William Joseph with 1L, born on July 4th, 1976. That's a little wink wink because I'm not 200 and something years old.
Are you sure?
And then there's
sure
Bob's Oldham in the comment section when this live's over. Feel free to come by. Don't be afraid to interact. What do you mean?
Are you sure you're not 200 years old?
Sure about what?
200 years old. Are you sure you're not 200 years old?
That's maybe. All. I'm not giving away my secrets. You know, there's a lot of fucking baby blood I've had to drink, but we don't give away our secrets. There's a lot going on here, and we could do a little political wrap up because I remember when this first started as a political pundit with all things political and my opinions. So there's been a lot of bombshells tonight, and then I throw up fun shit, like I'll put my friends' faces on shit. I'll post some cool shit, but
well, thanks for throwing that up there. You guys, if
it's
you guys want to go see him, it's Fact Check News,
but
it's William Joseph.
Anybody that Fact Check News, which is William Joseph Fact Check News. This one, once you see this is the page. Fact Check News. Right now, I've been holding back on a lot of posts because I want the Twitter files to be easy to find. So here you see Twitter files 9, post number 2. And you just
all right. Well, they'll be able to come to you
guys
and check it out, Bob. I mean, we don't have to go through your whole channel.
Material.
Well,
did you get that queued up yet,
bro?
I was killing time, Yank.
I know you were. Hal 9000, real quick, wants to know how he can contact us. Gutter, it's Yank and Gutter, right? .gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can contact us there if you want to. If you're interested in doing any cut up work for us, we'd appreciate it. We usually let friends of the show take their liberties. Bobby's done it. Fly Crew's done it. And has made us little vignettes or whatever that we could stick on the channel. They pull some stuff out, but unfortunately, with the 90-day thing, this is not going to stay up. So you're going to have to go to Rumble and try to find us there, or junk over there and find some interesting stuff if you wanted to clip stuff and do it. Other than that, I just let you know. Oh,
if I send a donation, do you forgive me for my promotion? I was promoting myself. So can I
pay
for my plug?
No, listen, we want you to pay for your plug. Your plug is always welcome, and we will plug any guest channels and any friend of the show's channels on here. We're happy to do it. Just don't do us a favor. Just don't go down the spiral hole of, and this sentence said, and this sentence said. We get it. We'll send you guys. It's all love, brother. It's all.
There was a lot tonight. That's all. I was very excited.
I know you were, and you should be. It's an excellent channel, guys. Go check it out. I highly recommend it. Bobby does a lot of hard work on his research, and he has some great information on there. So it's well worth checking out. I would not avoid it if I were you.
You're not even on Facebook no more. Don't fucking.
I don't need to, man. I was there when you started it.
All right, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do it.
So this, wait a minute. Do we have no sound?
Do it.
No sound, right?
No sound.
Okay, no sound. And this is what was going through Biden's head as he was coming to check out the border. Go ahead. You guys know the song, right? You've heard it. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. They get the gist. I don't know if the payoff was worth the wait, but hey, that's how the show rolls. We do what we want here. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm down in El Paso. I met a fair man. There was no illegals and within my vision zone. Something along those lines. Pretty crazy how they did that, man. I mean, he's been catching shit since he took office about the border crisis. He refused to go down. Kamala Harris supposedly went down and was like, 200 miles away from the border? Mm-hmm. And then he finally gets down there, and what do? They make it look like there's no problem at all. I don't know how
they cleaned up the streets of El Paso.
Yeah. Yep. I don't understand how how stupid do you have to be in the White House or the White House staff to go, well, it's only been all over the fucking news, right? We've seen it all over the news. How come now there's nobody there to put two and two together to know that they're trying to fool the crazy guy or the old guy or whatever, trying to pull some wool? I don't know. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I agree with Joyful One.
I wish Joyful One.
Keep him.
Keep who?
President Houseplant.
Biden? Oh, yeah, he also did. Hey, that's a question I got to do some research on myself, man. You remember how Trump? Yes, go ahead.
Where's Wasp?
She was here earlier, and somebody was saying bye. She had to leave, I think. Something going on.
Yeah, she just popped in to say hello.
Yeah. So whatever it is, we wish her well. We hope it's nothing important.
Yeah.
Definitely noticed your absence. Shit.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, and her package is coming. Like I said, well, not gonna fucking lie.
I'd say so was Christmas, but it already fucking went.
What?
No, it started with her birthday. She's still getting her birthday sign, and I'm getting those blankets made for her. But it also, I'll be honest,
no lie,
money kind of came into
oh hell yeah,
subject to for me. So now I'm all right, and it's coming, Wasp. I don't make promises I can't keep.
Cool.
We're all human, though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yep.
And I'm working on something. I don't.
Dude.
I got somebody working on booby prizes. So one of yous, we're gonna give one of you guys a task. You got to go back to every live stream and see who won the booby prize of everyone, because you'll get a fucking booby prize T-shirt.
Oh, holy shit!
I got them. Don't worry. Yep.
I want a fucking booby prize T-shirt. I'll wear that shit proudly.
I'm trying to figure out. I kind of want to do.
You can't be spending money like this
to be around the boobs. It's not that big of a deal.
But you can't keep spending money like this, dude. You got to stop. Nope. Don't do that. Don't spend your money on stuff like that.
No, it's not a lot of money.
It doesn't matter, man. You need it.
It's not a lot of money. It's family. With family.
All right. Well, I'll take 10 pounds of tens then.
I'm all right.
10 pounds of what?
I mean, shit, if you're going to be that way about it, I will take 10 pounds of 10. 10 pounds of tens, please.
Well, you figure we do what? We do a live once a week. I could get T-shirts made pretty cheap if I order a bunch of them. And if you do the math, it should be all right. They're not coming out till later this year. But we need to start taking a tally on who won the booby prizes. You only get one per booby prize. You're not going to get one for every fucking booby prize.
Yeah.
And so you get one, I would say frame it or hang
topic.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
2 more people missing.
I kind of want to ask about
We're waiting, Yank.
It it is the money that a lot of channels seem to, and I know that there's a term for it. It's called e-begging. And they open a Patreon and they open a this and a that, and you can send us and give us a super chat and we'll shout you out. And I'll be honest, I find it kind of icky that people do that, especially the ones that ask about it. It's one thing that if you had the super chat function set up and someone sent you one, that's one thing. Out of the blue, unsolicited. I tend to feel a bit. Like yeah, I don't like it, man. When a channel is asking like, or because then what happens, right? I've seen it with channels is once they start getting a little bit of money, then like one show, if they do a bunch of shows or a bunch of different kinds of content, they'll stop putting them behind paywalls where you got to join, you got to give them $15 or $5 a month to get, you know what I mean, to get the shit they do for free. What I have here to do this show costs me nothing. You know what I mean? Just everyday life costs. I'm happy to do it. I love to do it. I don't want any money from people, and I'm certainly not going to ask. But if somebody sent me some money, then it would definitely go back into the show. But at the same token, I'm not going to set up a way for people to pay me.
Well, just so you know, Yank, we're already set up for people to pay us, but it was mainly just because of as I ran down.
This is what you do.
Yank don't even know. So if you look at our channel, there is.
I'm gonna beat your ass, woman.
It's been there for like from the time we opened up the channel, basically.
What do you got? A join? A Patreon?
I don't
donate?
know. Yeah. I don't know. Do we? What?
It's one is buy a cup of coffee. They can buy you a cup of coffee, which is basically they send you like $5 or whatever the fuck it is. So what it is when I was setting up the YouTube channel, it kind of walks you through a lot of the things you can do. And these were a lot of these suggestions. Dummy me, I just went, okay, well, fuck. Well, okay, we'll just see that. I didn't even think about it until we started getting into it. And I started realizing, like, first of all, how much people actually give of their own money to some of these YouTube channels. I mean, I think about it and I think, how are they not fucking broke? I would never want something that I help create make somebody else have a hardship in any way, shape, or form. So once I realized that, then it was like, oh shit,
hold on,
nobody's ever donated.
Hold on. Objection. What were we just talking about when it comes to freedom of America? Responsibility and accountability. Yeah. That's your money you made. Spend it however the fuck you want. You're free to do that. Don't make yourself broke over it. But what I'm saying
that's true. But I think she was just saying of how she felt about it.
I don't know. That's fine that you feel that way. You got your setup, and your lives are going to be from your setup. You got a nice backdrop and stuff. With some of the things I want to do, I'm going to be traveling and making content and stuff. Any kind of donations towards that channel, it's going to be a new one. It's not going to be the Bobby Bacalino. I got to make a new channel because that's demonetized forever because I say a lot of shit they don't like. But any kind of those is going to go towards either equipment, traveling, and then giveaways to the people. Like I don't know how to explain it, but there's some sort of a camaraderie where there's wealth sharing. If you don't have it, you don't give it. I'm not asking for any of it. If you do feel like supporting it, it's graciously accepted. There's no problem with opening a merch store. Booby Prize is a free win, but a Yanking Gutter merch store with some T-shirts or hats and shit,
I would do that. Right.
It's not like they're paying.
I would do that.
I mean, that's at least you get something in return for it.
Exactly.
And content and stuff. It does take a lot to go out, film, edit, and all that. Take the time out of your day. I mean, I've been we've been going. We drove from Long Island. I'm all the way up in the fucking mountains north of Albany right now, and I brought my whole setup to hop on. This is free, of course, but
Oh, no kidding.
I want to go traveling, showing all over the place. Oh yeah, no, I traveled today, and I still here we are. But I want to go. I'm doing a historical tour of Kingston, upstate New York, all the way up. It's all the Revolutionary Trail of New York. So to be able to go around, if you want to see that, you want the content, and you give into it, you get a little something extra than people that just watch it for free. So when it comes to stuff like Patreon, or I would
Right.
never do like a subscription service unless people really wanted that. But like Patreon, you got more freedom too. You could kind of say anything you want there. There's no threshold of you said the wrong fucking thing. If you're subscribed to Patreon and you give $1, $2, $5 a month, it ain't much, but it adds to the cause, and it's like,
Sure.
well, then you deserve a little something for helping out, and you kind of make it happen. Otherwise, I'd be making heaven, but everybody would be. You'd see everybody fucking traveling. It's work. It's absolute work, and you got to edit the videos. You got to go everywhere. You got to kind of create content. So it's an art form, and I have no problem. I have Patreon subscriptions. I got people that I donate to. I got people that put in work that I've paid for the content because I was interested in that stuff. Sitting around, this is a virtual bar. So I can understand not wanting to charge people to come in. We don't have a cover charge here. But if you want some of the
Right.
merch that supports the channel, would be awesome. Maybe we get better equipment, better cameras, um,
Yep.
smoother streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yep.
different. But you get something in return for that other than just banter. You
Donate.
get
Right.
t-shirts,
Right.
hats, koozies, all that.
Right.
And I really want to put together a giant meetup with all of us gun people. A big. I want us all to meet up. I would love to do something in the next couple of years where we all just meet up. Where if we come together,
Washington,
I think we could
D.C.
afford tickets for everybody and have a cool little cookout festival. I got all my friends are in bands. You guys know that. So we could have
Yep.
music, we could have food, we could have just a big old meetup. But you got to contribute a bit because we're also not a charity.
Exactly.
Right.
So I mean,
Right.
I'm on both
And it would
sides
have
of the
to be a
coin.
thing.
To be here and to be on my channel is whatever. But if we want to move on and do bigger shit and have merch and all that, I don't think it would hurt anybody. It's all voluntary.
No,
We're not
yeah, I mean,
withholding.
I'm down. I'm down if there's a merch thing aspect to it because I like to be able to give people something. I want to quickly say here, Rody is asking a question. Anyone hear of Dangerous Freedom? Was a streamer? Yes. Very sad to hear. I did follow and I was subscribed to Dangerous's channel and did catch many of his streams.
Yeah.
Man, that guy could go for a long time on the streams, and he was a good dude. And the world is a slightly dimmer place with him not in it. So, shout out, hats off, and rest in peace, Dangerous Freedom. Thank you for everything you did. And thank you for pointing that out, Rowdy. Good guy. But yeah, the merch thing, sure. We could probably set up, a t-shirt store. But I think a lot of it has to do too with you need a certain amount of subscribers. I think you need like 1,000 or 10,000 or something to be able to sell shit on YouTube and all that kind of crap. I'm thinking you should.
Doesn't have to be sold through YouTube. You're thinking solely through YouTube, bro.
Right.
Okay. See, I don't know anything about this
I
stuff.
could come up with t-shirt campaigns like crazy. I could get t-shirts made. I mean, through YouTube, they have thresholds. They don't monetize my channel right now anymore. I used to be monetized. I was a monetized channel. I got paid, believe it or not. And then they made the threshold 1,000 subscribers. I'm not begging for people to to subscribe. You ever hear me ask? I say like and share and subscribe,
Right.
to this channel and stuff. Very impressive. Do you know? I look back on our lives, and the very next day, you guys got over 100 views. That does better than any of my fucking videos I've ever done. There's
Get
people
outta
watching.
here.
Probably the feds.
Huh.
I swear to God. You come back to this live tomorrow. If they don't pull it down, and you'll see 100 views. People check it out. We're hanging out. We're all hanging out. And you'll see the link. The link's fucking posted. Nothing is stopping any of you guys from coming on except Tony. Tony no show. Fuck on here. And where the fuck is Fly Crew? I got an issue with Fly Crew.
And Chief.
We,
Where's Chief?
Chief
ain't here
Chief's
either.
not here.
Where the fuck is everybody?
Even Chaz is here, and it's like, and Tracy, and it's like late at their house, I think. Well, I'm not sure about Tracy, but I think Chaz, I think it's late at her house.
Black
yeah.
Sheep,
Oh,
Tony.
yeah.
You
Well, 8 o'clock
ghost.
was.
Love you, brother.
Was one, I think. Missy, I just like to say that, you sent Rick a nice Edge come and take it and come and get it. Gentleman Jack, something or other.
You need to read
I'd like to just point out that I'm a big whiskey drinker, and he's like a teetotaler, and he can only handle like one drink, and then he's off the wall, and he pulls down the videos because he's afraid. I drink the full.
You would be pissed though.
I get drunk right
in
front of you. You know how?
Look what they did to her.
What's that, Gutter?
So she paid $150 for that bottle, and she had it etched in there to say "Come and take it," and they put "Come and get it."
Oh shit! Damn it!
Plus, she had to pay for shipping to Texas.
Wow.
That's expensive.
I heard it's cheaper to send it to Florida. I'm just saying.
Hold on. Recap that. What the fuck's going on?
Okay,
what happened with Missy and this bottle?
She bought a bottle of good whiskey, and she paid $150.
Had it etched.
And she had it etched that should have said come and take it. And they etched "Come and get it."
And it cost her $150. That's, you don't get what you fucking order. Yeah, I lose my mind at shit like that. Not cool.
How much whiskey before the etching?
A bottle of Gentleman Jack, depending on how big it is, could be about $50, $60.
She paid $44 just for shipping. So you have to add another $44 on to that $150. She paid $190.
So you're talking about $100
motherfucking dollars.
Poof.
No.
Wow.
No, she's saying $150. If you do that, you're talking about $40, $50 for the etching. That was, you know what's fucked up? I paid to have beer glasses etched once, personalized etched beers, and I just wanted them to say go fuck yourself, and they would not write it. So I was like, no, I already paid you. I want my fucking go fuck yourself glasses, and they all came with F asterisk CK. I'm like, this ain't what I fucking paid for.
Huh.
I feel the pain. Not $150 worth, gentleman's check. I mean,
no, Bobby.
Honestly,
she had to pay $150 plus $44 to ship the fucker. That's $200 bottle of fucking alcohol.
Come and get it. Come and take it. I mean, that's a good booty call. Though, if you have that etched in the bottle and you just kind of hold it over your lower waist, send that pic to whoever you want to come and get it. Come in. I'm very sorry. I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah, come and get it.
But just for future reference, Missy, yankandgutter@gmail.com. You send me a little message, give you an address. and then that way you can, feel free to send any kind of whiskey you want this way. I'll just add it in my stock because I'm a real man and
I don't even have their address. I don't even have their fucking address.
You don't, Bobby?
They know I'll give you the address. I ain't got your address.
No. I'll give you my address. That's not a problem. We got phone numbers, so we can swap. Huh?
Oh no, I said I don't have either one of your addresses.
Oh. Okay. No.
Oh, no don't worry. You're gonna have my address because
I know where you're at. When the hurricane was hitting, I know where you're at. I know the area.
Yeah. No, I'll give you my address, man.
I could show up. I just fucking call you and be like, I'm standing on this corner and this.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing you got to be careful of giving your address out. Is people just showing up? Careful. Yep. So, but
you have to call for.
I'm not coming.
At least I give me a day's notice. One day or something, little notice. It's always good because I like to sit around in my underwear.
Bobby, I'll give you a day's notice when I want you to get to my address. So just be ready because I'm going to need electrical work done.
You're gonna,
and you're going to be hanging.
You're gonna give me 1 day to fly across the fucking country.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll give you a couple, but just
speaking of electrical, I have a question, Bob. Someone told me that my generator, my 6,500 watt generator, if I bought myself a plug it's a 220, I could plug that plug from my generator into my 220 washer outlet and turn off the breaker, the main breaker, and just whatever breakers I wanted to in the future and backfeed it. But I am worried that I'm still going to electrocute a guy on a pole without the proper shut off outside. No. Okay.
Nope.
Fair enough.
Shut off the main breaker. That's your cut to the street. All it is 2 hots at that point. 220, 208. That's interchangeable, whatever. But you got 2 hots, 2 phases essentially. So, yeah, if I had a generator that was running 110, and I had, if I took an extension cord with 2 male plugs, which means both ends has prongs sticking out and a ground, I could plug that in, one end into the generator and one end into any outlet, and it would backfeed the panel. So what you would be doing is feeding 2 phases, and you just shut off the main breaker, and that cuts your panel to the street, to the pole. Anytime you got to run a generator and you want to incorporate your panel, you cut off the street. Because if that street power comes back on, you're going to have an explosion at that fucking panel.
Yeah, you'll have boom. Yeah.
So if you do that, Bobby.
Not the guy on the... Yes.
If you do that, doesn't that mean like all your breakers are shut off in your house? Like I go shut my breakers off or whatever if we're doing something.
The main. Just the one main breaker.
Well, now I got
the main breaker is what it. Hold on. The main breaker is what attaches the grid power from the street to the rest of your panel. Okay. All of your power to your house comes from the street, goes through the main breaker, and then branches off to all the other breakers, which are like 20 amp single pole breakers. If you shut off the main, you're no longer connected to the street. So you could pick any one of those breakers to backfeed, and it will charge that bus. So what you want to do is you want to find something that's 2-phase, because houses only have 2 phases. So if you have something like an AC unit that takes 2 hots, you would plug in, and then both hot buses in that panel would now be hot, and you're not connected to the street. You're back. They call it backfeeding. All it is putting a different feed. You're moving the feed from the main breaker to a different breaker. And if you have an AC unit that's a double pole that uses both phases become hot. All other circuits on those phases become hot. You don't shut off the little breakers, just the main, because you don't want to be backfeeding that. You don't want that panel charged and then power coming in from the street. You're gonna have a snap, crackle, pop.
Gotcha.
So when you shut off the main, if you have no power, gutter, and you shut off the main, you got no power anyway. Shut off the main, backfeed. But instead of backfeeding, because if you just do one phase, like I said, the extension cord, only half of your circuits are gonna work. So something like he said, he's got a 2-phase air conditioner unit. He could backfeed that. Those are both buses, and your entire panel will then be hot without being attached to the street.
Cool.
Once it clicks, it's very simple. It's easier to draw it for somebody. Like I would,
but for most people,
drew it out. I will do that. I will do a video. I will do a video for you guys. I will do a video about how to do that.
There you go.
A buddy of mine,
that would be cool.
A buddy of mine wants to hook up an emergency backup generator for his house, and I told him, "Oh, well, there's a million ways to do it, but a couple of ways to do it safely. And if you have a 2-phase AC unit, your panel's only 2-phase anyway. It's only got 2 hots coming in. Two hots, a neutral and a ground. So what you do is you plug into that circuit so all your circuits become hot. Otherwise, it's every other one. I gotcha. You shut off. Yeah. To simply answer that, to backfeed on a 2-phase, it's technically a single phase. There's no such thing as a 2-phase. But you'd feed both buses of the panel. But shut off the fucking main. If that main's on and that grid power comes back on and your generator's running, it's gonna look like the 4th of fucking July in your basement, you know.
Yeah. I want to say goodnight to Justine. She said it's 3:26 in the morning where she's at, so she's going to bed.
And
good night, sweetheart.
We started at 1 a.m.
I know.
Happy birthday too, by the way.
And Anne.
We got a couple.
And also Joyful One is, I think she left too. Or is leaving.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm pretty sure Donna.
What's this?
Donna C. And Justine had birthdays today.
Oh, happy birthday, ladies!
Justin. Happy birthday to you.
To you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Oops.
You two are so bummed you missed Marv. Now you got to start acting like him.
I know, man. I'm gonna have to compare boobs with Marv.
Oh man, he was shaking.
I say mine are pretty. Mine are hairy.
He literally ripped off his shirt and then did the whole. Oh yeah, he had him right up there in the camera. Yeah, he was doing it, but he had them both going. I was like, "Oh, you crazy!"
He's
dude.
a double.
Good night, Ann. Love you, Ann.
I'm glad you guys. I'm glad. Look at all the people that came here tonight, and we've held a crowd of about 20, pretty much all night. So I'm pretty happy with that.
We had.
I would like to say
4:30 in New Zealand now. I want to be in New Zealand right now. I wish it was 4:30 here right now.
Well, it's only 7:30 here.
Plus, it's their summer there. So
fuck you.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's their summer.
I'll tell you, man.
Fuck you.
I would really like to. I love the interactions that we get with you guys, and we are so grateful that you guys always look forward to showing up. It's the same names, it's the same faces, and we love it. How can we go about to grow this channel, man? I know more content, obviously, more recorded stuff would be okay when current events happen. That would help. But I would really like to know how we can grow our subscription base, because I would like to have some more people in. How?
Very easy.
Okay.
Very easy. Cover more topics, put out videos on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We do this once a week. We got and everybody in the comment section, this is what we ask. We don't ask for donations. We don't ask for none of that shit. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends.
Yes.
Bring them out to hang out with the cool kids.
Yep.
It's very simple. It's free. It's free to share. It's free to bring people in. Dina, I don't know if you're watching tonight, but you said you were going to check in on it. I sent you the link a couple of times. I sent many of my friends a couple of times. Even if they may not be here live, they watch after the fact. I'll put it to you this way. Mark my words. I check back in on the live sometimes to recap on shit because sometimes I miss out. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not, if I'm running around or in the shower. You guys usually have about 100 views by the next day. And that's better than any of my videos have ever done. No, it's something people are watching. People are fucking watching.
I'd like to know who they are.
Well,
I'd like to know who they are.
Remember, 90% of the web is dark web.
Yeah. It's probably some freak. But hey, listen, I'm going to put a message directly out to them. I'm going to say, listen, if you watch this show and you are sitting there and you have not commented in the live chat and you get a chance to, even if we may take it down, please comment in the comment sections just so we know you're alive, just so we know you're there. We'd really appreciate that. And give us a thumbs up if you like. And if those of you that are here, like Bobby said, please share it around. We'd appreciate it. You know, I don't think we said anything tonight that'll get this one taken down. I don't feel good about deleting them after they're done.
They're not deleted. They're just private.
Privatized.
Because here's the deal. We discussed medical shit. Even tonight, we discussed that. If somebody, I believe that there's somebody out there pointing fingers at us, which is why we got it taken, why we got the strike. It happened basically almost 2 weeks in a row. So, and you're going to have that. You just have to take the precautions. And one of those ways is to pull those lives, because look what happened. We didn't do anything wrong between the lives there, and we still got a strike and got spanked. So right now, until this strike is off of there, if we don't take down our live,
fucking days, man.
What?
Yeah. I said 90 days. Until February. 90 days.
I got a strike until February. And then once people go, you get the one strike, up to 3. Once you get that second strike, the third one's a wrap. Like the first strike is okay, that's it. Yeah. Because if you get that second strike, once you get that, now this is what I'm doing. And I mentioned this in the other channel, on my channel. And I wasn't joking. I am going to create a central channel that me, Yank, Gutter, we all have access to. So God forbid Yank and Gutter gets banned or my channel gets banned, we all have access to this backup channel. I want to collaborate. I want you guys in the comment section to come up with a creative name between Out of the Box, Yank and Gutter, what we should call this backup channel. And I will let you know as soon as it's launched. They're going to get all of the passwords and emails and access to it. So if any of my channel or Yank and Gutter gets the strike or the ban where they can't upload or post, it's going to be the backup. And it's going to be kind of a community channel that we all are a part of that shouldn't really be going anywhere, because they'll just be keeping updates on what's going on, and we could do lives there. And then we know, we got a couple of rooms for strikes on that channel. We're just going to keep migrating this shit. It's, and I'm going to create a bunch of them, but I want you guys right now. I want you guys to come up with the channel name. Y'all know what we're all about.
What's in the box?
Mick, look, Mick came up with a perfect one.
The cool kids.
The cool kids.
Because then it would be a community channel.
We'll see if the name's available. This way, you'll be able to see posts. It will be announced. My channel, I'm not doing much with until this is established, just so I know I can post. Right now, I can post. So it will. That will be announced. That's something I'm going to get on tomorrow. It will be done by tomorrow. So tonight, you guys got homework. We don't have that homework often. We're not those kind of teachers. But tonight, y'all got homework. We need y'all to come up with a name of a backup channel. All right?
I'm half in the bag. It's going to be called Why Not Burp.
Yeah, mine's going to be called... Figure out how to spell it. This is...
bring up something real quick in here. I want to bring up something real quick. I'm seeing that Lee is Sugar Britches is, when it comes to the topic of trying to raise our profile, do you think someone with say over 300,000 subs, and then it was actually 130,000 subs, and then it was Rick's channel, so there was a little conversation going back and forth there. Listen, here's the thing. Rick got us started on this channel. That's where we all kind of met, and Rick has been very gracious in promoting our channel on his show, and he's allowed us to mention it within his live chats. We've mentioned it also on his comment sections. So I don't feel comfortable necessarily trying to plug our stuff on someone else's thing. If someone does that for us, great. I have no problem. But I'm not going to ask somebody to do that. He's been very gracious and has helped us get to where we are. So cool. I see that little conversation going back and forth in the section. Yeah. I'm not looking to even I'll be honest, like Strategic Eyes was very
cool.
Stemmed
off from
hey, you guys got a strike. What's
section.
That? Say that again, Bob.
We stemmed off from Rick's comment section because
exactly
we started Tuppy. Actually, I got to give a shout out to Tuppy. First of all, Rowdy Rody. I don't know what the fuck gum bumping means. Fuck you. I go on rants. I got my own ticker. I earned it, bitch. But Tuppy originally started the channel that was a break off from Rick's comment section because Rick would get mad that we were all conversing in the comments. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'll shut the fuck up.
And it's very cool because
no, but that was funnier than shit. It was funny. Laugh. God damn it, Bobby. Or I knock you out.
I thought it was. I think it's cool. That, like,
it's tough to break my spirits, bro.
How about I'll say it, man. Strategic Eyes, right?
You thought it was cool.
Yeah. No, I thought it was cool that Strategic Eyes, for a small growing channel such as his, who's only got 7,000 subscribers. I saw a video where he put out and he was asking us why we got our strike and this and that. And then he put out, I think, a live stream, and he was like, hey, man, if you guys are on strike, I'd be happy to host you guys over here. And he's been very generous as well. He's shown love to the channel. Yeah. Right. And I think that's a personality. What
did I tell you, Gutta? When you guys couldn't go live last week, what I said I would give you the passwords to my literal Bobby Bacalino YouTube channel and StreamYard so you could go live on my channel and host it. I gave you guys my channel.
He did.
I never heard nothing
and we
back,
appreciate
though.
that. That's what I'm saying. It's like we love what we do with all of our people that we associate with, man, and we will do the same for them and you. If you find yourself in the same situation, you're always welcome on here, and we'll give you as much time as you want, and you can do whatever you want. You can make your own videos here if you'd like. I think it's important to be good to each other, but also know when to not sort of ingratiate yourself on the good deeds of others as well. Which is kind of where I felt the conversation in the chat was going as far as Rick. He's done as much as he can do. I would like to see him come on the show a little bit more often. I mean, I don't know what the guy does on Tuesday nights. I'm pretty sure nothing. So if he came in to just hang out, that'd be cool. But if he doesn't, that's also cool.
See, Annie, here's the difference is you understand, and I don't understand why Rick doesn't like people talking in the comments. Because for me, I think you have to be a pretty minded person to not be able to handle. That would be like sitting in a bar and nobody else can talk. They all have to be talking to you. Fuck that. I don't have that kind of.
Wait a minute. I'm a little confused. What do you mean? I don't want.
Because Andy said, I don't think Rick likes people talking with each other in the comments on his live.
No, he doesn't. No.
Which is not a big deal. And I understand.
He's a teacher and he doesn't want students passing notes. He doesn't want students passing notes while he's staring.
I don't pay him shit, so I'm gonna
we're all this. Basically, we're all in school suspension here. We are all the kids that are sent to detention.
This is like the Breakfast Club.
This is detention, 100%. After school detention on Tuesday nights.
That's right. Rick's channel. That's how we fucking met. Unbelievable.
That's right. And I think it's fantastic.
I went quiet on my channel.
Because
no. We will go down and defend Rick. That motherfucker brought us all together.
I don't like that prick.
I love that motherfucker.
I think he's a big baby.
I do. I especially love when he sings Phil Collins and rides his horses.
Rick is a pussy.
Hey, it's Phil Collins. You know so how can you not like that?
You are what you eat. So leave him alone.
There you go.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Rick. We wouldn't know each other. None of us.
That's 100% the fact. That is 100% the fact.
Awesome dude.
And what I did notice though is I've also seen not only some of the people from Rick's channel, but some of the people that have migrated here. I see them in other channels. I've seen them in Rick Bronson's live, a bunch of other channels. We're all kind of like, I don't know. You know what? It becomes kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like a family. Like you see your friends and you see your friends at all different bars. You go out to the village at night. There's a million bars to hit, but you see the people that you're familiar with and you get excited and you say, hey, what's up? Holy shit. I didn't know you were a fan of this, this channel or whatever. And even though it's through the internet, these are real bonds. I see your faces. I know for a fact if I ran into Yank or Gutter in a bar, instant friends. What the fuck are you drinking? Let's sit down. That's it. Instant. Yeah. There's no.
You be coming home with us that night.
Who are you really? No. Get the fuck you are.
Gutter's offering to take you home.
Some of you guys. You're married, lady.
I don't
even know what your husband's nipples look like. I don't even know what your husband's nipples look like, so I'm not willing to put my keys in the bowl just yet.
Well, there's about 700 people you could ask because I know. Just go to Rick's channel, ask him what Marv's nipples looked like the other night.
That is a fucking right. That is crazy shit, man.
I am single. Technically, I am single, so I'm eligible. You just better figure that out on your own. But I'm going to let you guys close out the show. I do got to go. I got a coworker here that I got to let him get to fucking bed too. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. I might, you know what, depending on how the day goes tomorrow, everything I didn't, there's a lot going on. So I might just go live again tomorrow. It's been a while. I've been trying to hold back because I didn't want to get banned yet until I made this other channel for all of us. For a backup, I want all of us to have a backup channel.
November.
I know.
You know.
And
I got a hand. I'll do what I want. I love you guys. Nice. So I absolutely love all of you. Yank, happy New Year, brother.
When you come, man. Thank you, man. Happy New Year to you.
Oh,
missed you.
Me too. Wish it happened more often. That was dirty. I made. You said your wording, bro. This to go to talk.
Yeah.
Gotta go. I love you, sweetheart. Yeah. Hop back onto Facebook a little bit. Don't be shy. I know you're taking a mental break from it.
I don't know how. No. I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Someone got into my Facebook account, changed
Make a new
passwords, and
you mean you only got one profile?
Yeah, that's
fucking
it.
Amateur.
I said to myself at the beginning,
Facebook profiles.
Dude, see, when I made my Facebook profile, I watched within a month, I started getting repeat friend requests because they kept making new profiles. And I'm like, I am never going to be that fucking person. I am never going to have fucking 25 fucking profiles. I said, if this one gets taken down or whatever shits the bed or whatever the fuck happens, that's it. I'm off Facebook. And that's what happened.
How the hell do I
someone
trust you in a civil
my
war?
password.
You just like, they shot back. We got to fucking give up. Oh, fuck you.
No, that's something completely different. That's something completely different. I think you know better than that.
So
but,
Tony said if he sees you in a bar, Bobby, he's dry humping.
I did get my I got my cut in. I got my cut in on Sunday. I got my cut, my leather.
Really?
So
I thought you were saying see you
How long did you have to prospect for? You got full rockers?
I've been prospecting for a long time. No. My prospect.
Are they
can't disclose this. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you personally about it. Not here, but my leather cut is in everything. Everything else is none of your fucking business. No offense, I can't. That's something me and Private Yank. I just figured when I said my cut was in, he would just be like, "Awesome." He asked.
Yeah, no. I think it's great.
I
think it's great.
That shit. That's
I think it's
club business.
Well,
you know.
Well, let me put it this way. Bobby. As a
you guys are like being at the fucking bar. You were gonna leave 20 fucking minutes ago, and you're worse than women.
Well, we're talking about something.
Another round.
Yeah.
Bring them in.
I feel like I have to say they're closing the bar. We gotta go.
Let me just put it this way, real quick.
I had to shut down the bar last weekend.
As a three-piece, okay, that's me. I'm a three-piece. I can ask if you're a three-piece. And you could say yes or no. That you don't have to give me details.
I can
ask, are you a three? Okay, if that's what they tell you. Okay.
I can't answer that question. I'm looking right now.
It's like being in the Cardinal Club. Once
No.
You do know the difference, right?
How about why don't you distinguish the difference? Make that distinction.
No, not on public airways. I will just say that
exactly
there are three-piece, and then there are others.
We're done talking about your biker shit. No. You're gonna get lashed.
No. I gotta answer the. I get the 2 or 3 piece question, but you can't distinguish what it is. Now you understand why I don't answer.
1%er?
Love you, Yank.
1%er?
Nah, I'm a me percenter.
La 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 la.
They're lucky to have me.
All right.
La la la. You guys have each other's phone
Well,
numbers.
listen, man. I hope you have fun, and I hope you stay safe. That's the important thing. Stay safe.
For the record, me personally,
stay safe.
I'm not a 1%er. They're lucky to fucking know me. Well, I'm not.
There you go,
Bobby.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'll slap your ass.
Be safe, brother. No matter what, just be safe.
But the ones that the Diamond Riders are lucky to even fucking know me. I shut down their fucking bars. I don't adhere to that bullshit. I ain't running meth.
Yep.
Fuck that. And fuck you.
It makes me nervous as fuck, dude.
Well, you brought it there.
I only know enough to be nervous. That's all I know.
I'm not.
I know just enough to.
But I'll shut down. I'll shut down your fucking bar. I don't care who you are. Yeah. Well, we weren't supposed to go there. I said no, Yank. You
don't get patch fever, son.
I'm not.
Don't get patch fever, son.
I'm telling you.
No. No, I had
Okay.
shut down the
Missy
bar because
said
Fight Clubs were
you
fighting,
don't
and I
gotta
don't like
go
any of
home,
them.
but you can't stay here.
Fuck out of here.
No colors
guys.
allowed.
No, I just ride.
Peace,
I
brother.
rock hard, ride free. That's what it is. Love you,
Right
bro.
on, man.
Tracy
Knees
said,
in the breeze. I get you.
I don't even know how to
No
come
hurry.
back. I don't know how to come back. Why didn't you just leave it alone when I said no?
why don't
you're
you
like, I'm not
both
gonna
just
say
shut
that.
the
And then
fuck
you
up?
put it
Because you brought it up. You brought it up.
Oh, yeah. I joined an MC. Doesn't mean I'm a fucking Hell's Angel or a pagan.
I didn't say
They
you
battle
were.
all over this goddamn
I
fucking
didn't say you were.
La 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 la
la. You're in bumblefuck. What are you worried about? You're on the complete opposite side of the country.
I'm telling you, like I said, I don't know a lot. I just know that you need to be nervous about that shit. Whatever you're saying, y'all need to be discussing it on your little phones. Fuckers.
No, I ride motorcycles. I host charities. I'm fine. I ain't worried about none of that shit.
Okay.
I wouldn't have said anything at all.
Okay.
I got
That's
my
right.
car,
I like
you,
that.
man.
We
Perfect
ride.
example. Good. That's a
Bob,
perfect example. No.
Bob.
We host.
I'm happy for
we
you.
ran a bunch of toys for chat. Yeah, well, it was exciting for me, and I appreciate that.
I get it.
I was happy about it.
Tracy said this conversation makes
Anyone
her feel like she lives under a rock.
Yeah. Go watch Sons of Anarchy and you'll get your fill. Love you guys. I gotta get going.
I love
right, peace.
Happy New Year's.
Love you,
Welcome
Bob.
back.
Yeah, man.
Listen, I might run I might run through StreamYard. I want to have you guys on. I'll catch a fucking strike for it, but I want us to talk about some of the shit going on. Okay.
Okay.
There's a lot going on, and we could rant and rave about it. Did you back this up on Rumble?
It is, well.
You know, you could stream to multiple.
I know, but it doesn't give me on StreamYard. It doesn't tell me I can use Rumble.
Huh?
You got to add it as an output.
It doesn't. Go look at StreamYard. You'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Go look at it and
Happy
tell
New
me.
Year's. Happy 2023.
Oh,
love you,
right.
motherfuckers.
Cocksucker.
I'm going to go check it out.
Go look at it and let me know. Okay. Look at it and let me know.
Okay. Look at it if you can ping to fucking Rumble.
Jesus.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah. Yeah, see now
this
he's got
the most
that
awkward
look.
sign off I've ever had in my life. The most awkward
I'm not
fucking
showing
sign
you
off.
a boob.
I just said I got my cut. Now I just
Why?
Yeah.
Why you gotta go there again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if Kevin Bacon calls his nipples bacon bits. You know?
That's a good question.
Little things like that I wonder about.
That's a
This
good
is why
question.
we only have 15 people watching.
Don't eat a
now,
whole.
guys.
I ate a whole fucking thing of Bacos once, and I burped up bacon for like a week. Don't ever fucking eat Bacos. Fuck Bacos. I will never eat them again. It was a one.
Are those the
time
things
deal.
you put on salad? They're like bacon bits.
Yeah,
They're like the fake bacon. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, what a horrible experience. I sat there, at first they were good, and then I just kept going and going and going, and I burped bacon for like, it had to have been a good 2 days. It was not. It's fake.
Yep,
bacon.
Tracy, they were talking about bikes. That's what they were talking about. And they're, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's what they were talking about. And they're
what's everybody's New Year's resolutions?
To be the same lovable asshole I was last year. And I'm killing it so far.
Good answer.
I actually don't.
Any changes?
Yeah, I mean, to slow down on the drinking. Yeah, to slow down on the drinking, to lose a little weight. and to try to get in a little better shape. Yeah. Those are mine.
Honestly, that's exactly where I'm at. Yeah, I want to finish.
Gonna fucking turn into Rick. I suppose you're not gonna say fuck either.
No, I'm just gonna do it.
No, that's ingrained in my soul. I can't wait to do that again. Me and my hand gonna have a great night. Love you guys.
Nice.
Love you.
Right on, brother. Peace.
I'm in a hotel in the middle of
Sleep
the mountains. Love you. Later.
Your roommate's gonna slit your throat if you don't go. Good night, Bob.
He's not. He doesn't want to be on camera, but
good night, brother.
There he is.
Good night.
Tell him,
like you fucker.
He's famous.
He's slit your throat later.
Guys.
Later. All right. Sugar Britches left a while
We've
ago.
been on 11 hours, 3 hours.
I think Tony even left, or is trying to.
Punk.
All right. Well, I'm so glad y'all showed up tonight. I'm so glad we're back and moving, and I'm contemplating what to do about the live. I'm afraid if I leave it up that it could get a strike, but I don't know. Here's what I'm gonna try to do is leave it up long enough for it to get to Rumble. So as soon as it hits Rumble, I will pull it down. And then, so remember that you don't have to have an app downloaded to go on Rumble.
Right.
He thinks we're going to be fine. Bobby,
you just Google it.
Yeah.
I think we will too on this one. I really kind of do. But, you know, you never know.
God, I'm just.
I think they were going back. I know. I think they were going back retroactively through our stuff. And we talked old mad shit.
Right now, they'd only have to have one to go through.
I know. Yeah. And I don't really think we said.
Dude, I don't remember everything I say because I just talk. I don't necessarily go, oh, yeah, I mentioned that. And I don't.
That's right. Like, yeah, because because we're not sifting the shit through a filter.
Yeah. I just say how I feel. So, fuck.
I know.
Anyways. So I'll debate whether, I don't know. I'm really nervous about it, but we'll see how it all goes. Thanks everybody for coming. Like we said before, it'd be nothing without you guys.
That's right.
And thank you, Yank.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And yeehaw to 2023. We only got one more year to get through before we can oust that fucker, hopefully. So it's just not that it's going to create all the greatest of things, but it's sure better than what's going on now. So, and
that's right.
Again, thank y'all for coming.
Right.
You want to do it?
I will do it. And we're out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.